Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's that time again, episode 155, just 1 week short of our 3-year anniversary. We'll talk about that more next week. But for this week, we got a special guest, an international guest. It's always a fun time when we get to have this boy on the show. But as always, we'll bring him in a couple minutes. Because first, I got to let you guys know who's here every single week on the pod. Stephen Hatch, how you doing, man? Co-host, 155. We did it.
You know, 1 episode off from 3 years is pretty crazy. You know, our guest is actually a year oneer, so it's actually going to feel pretty nice to, that's when you're considered OG if you're a year oneer, So I'm excited to get into it tonight, Ryan.
Yeah, we got a couple year one guests. Almost none of them have come back on the show, so I don't know what that says about us, Hatch. But we've been having a good time over here, and yeah, no, it is cool when we get some of the old homies back on the pod. An old homie who joined us around episode 20. That's Brando Baird. How you doing tonight, man?
Hey, we're good. I'm just full of sweat right now. God, I hate this time of year. Fuck, we need our own place. God damn it. Fuck. Yeah, no.
You good over
it's
there?
fine.
What the fuck just happened?
I'm very, very hot and uncomfortable. My ass hurts. But yeah, no, it's good. It's good. I'm still overheating from this weekend. We'll talk about it.
I believe it. I did like a month of these shows without a proper working AC. Yeah, it gets hot. I know you got your lights on and everything. So, yeah, prayers up for Brando tonight. Let's hope he makes it through the show. But boys, without any further stalling, let's get into our sponsors so we can get our guest on in here. First up, we got NECTR Energy, NECTR.energy. Everyone knows the awesome little energy pouch. They've got different versions of it now on their website. They've also got their brain supplements and other great things to, keep your brain active and healthy and keep it going. NECTR.energy, like I mentioned, that's the website. Head over there. You can use promo code MafiaProductions at checkout. It's going to give you a buy 2 get 1 free, so you can try out a couple different flavors of nectar, see which one you like, and grab some more for yourself from there. Great little company, Martin Twins. They were year 2 homies. They were with us during that season, and yeah, so we love the support they have for not only our show but the rest of paintball as a whole. So yeah, go show them some love, grab some NECTR Energy, and throw a lip in. Let's keep moving forward. Up next, Welts Clothing, weltsclothing.com. Code FTS over there at checkout. It's going to save yourself some money when you're picking up their Welts Wednesday drops, which are always the first Wednesday of every month. Limited edition apparel, straps, jerseys, headbands, cool things, hats. Brandon's got his on. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Awesome little company. They're doing great things for not only the local community down here in Texas, but paintball as a whole as well. And we love what their brand stands for. So yeah, go earn your welts and go check out weltsclothing.com, promo code FTS. And then lastly, the big guns, Hormesis Paintball. It's been great to have them on for the last month or so, and moving forward with those boys, we appreciate their partnership and support on the pod. If you got some free things from them, our Patreon producers were able to pick up some awesome stuff for free just for supporting us, and that was all thanks to HormesisPaintball.com. Hormesis Productions, the 1v1 duel tournaments that are going on all over the world. They just had one in Finland, by the way. So yeah, sick. Shout out to Hormesis Productions. Hormesis Paintball. They're doing great things, and we appreciate their support over here on the show. Go check out their website, hormesispaintball.com. All right, boys. Well, that's all the official stuff. Let's jump right on into it.
Here we go.
We've got, one of the OGs for me in the game. He was on the Sacramento DMG team that I spent quite a lot of time around, and it's just always been a joy to see him, whether it's at the field or now only at national events, because spoiler alert, he doesn't live in this country. Let's bring on our boy Luis Vitola. I always mess it up. I'm not Colombian, but VG for short. That's what we all know him by. How you doing, VG?
Hey guys, I'm happy to be here. It's Villota, in case anyone's wondering. But don't worry, nobody's been able to master it, so that's why they call me VG.
Exactly. I was just going to say that. I've called you VG the whole time I've known you. The only time I see that last name is on the back of a jersey. So you got to forgive me a little bit.
Don't worry, dude. Yeah, it started like that. All of my American friends, when they started coming here to Colombia to play, they could never say it. So VG was what they stuck with. And it's been like that for 20 years now. I don't know.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Those are the best nicknames, the ones that stick. You didn't give it to yourself. It was just, it came around, and now it's kind of your calling card.
There's no much explanation about it. It's like Brando, right? It's just
Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
Just comes natural.
it's good that it comes natural because you hate those guys who are like, oh yeah, my friends call me Spike. Ain't nobody call you Spike, bro. You know. So it's nice to have it. You know,
I've never heard that before.
must be an
Yeah.
American thing.
It
Like a
probably
tough
is.
biker
It's
guy.
also an American prison thing. So, fun fact: everyone in prison goes by a gamer tag. Like, no one goes by their name. It's always like, "Yeah, I'm Crossbones. That's Skull Crusher over there." And
Skull Crusher.
like, it's one thing I've learned from some felons that I listen to on podcasts. So yeah, it's an interesting place. Don't go to prison, kids.
The biggest one is always named the smallest thing. You know, like Tiny,
Yep.
Little Man, or something. You know,
Little
He's
Man.
always- He's always the
classic.
biggest guy. So, man, VG, it is great to have you back on, dude. Seriously, like, and I know we got the main story of like how you got into paintball and everything, but dude, what have you been up to in the past 2 years that we haven't had you?
Yeah. So I've been just back and forth, as Ryan said, just coming and going, just to play events. You know, like, as he said, I'm not allowed to like actually leave there, so I don't do it. And then I just go and have fun, dude. Right now, it was hard for me to like keep helping the DMG camp with all the commitment I have to go and ref and all that. It'll mean like at least 15 weeks a year of not being home, if you think about it. So it's hard, plus it's a lot of traveling, you know, like from my home, if I take a flight to Sacramento, it's 18 hours with delays and layovers, and you know, it's like 3 flights. You go to San Francisco, take the train, all that stuff. So it's like 18 hours, so you lose 1 day on your way there, and then it starts pretty bad. So I'm trying to live the adult life, just working, same company. We do software, so I do sales and software, just, you know, same thing.
Pretty normal job for a Columbian. That's kind of interesting to hear. Like, yeah, you know, I live in
awesome.
Colombia. I'm a software salesman. It's like, oh, well, it's okay. Every country has those. That's crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, pretty much that's what I do. And then, of course, I try to stay active, you know, helping the community. The paintball in Colombia pretty much died after the pandemic. So we've been trying hard to like bring it back, you know what I mean? Just from the roots. There was no much younger players still playing. So we are the younger players now, pretty much, like my generation, which we've been playing forever. So we're trying to build it back and trying to have fields again, because all the fields went bankrupt. So that's what I've been doing. And I still go to the NXLs with Suricatos. We have the female line, and we have a D3 squad. It's hard for us to like practice and everything because we don't have fields here. So we try to do our best. The best showing we had was we made Sunday and won 1 game at World Cup. Right now, my ranking has been becoming lower, so I can now play with them, which I couldn't before.
It's perfect.
So now I'm playing D3, which is fun.
Yeah, but legal
Nice.
smurfing, Hatch. So, you know.
Completely legal.
That's new.
ABA
That's new.
says it's
You didn't
allowed.
know that's new. That's new, and yeah, you know, you start getting older, and you stop winning tournaments, so your ranking is supposed to go lower, right? Which is good. That's how the algorithm works. So yeah, that's what we've been doing, you know, just helping the people around me and just trying to like give back to the sport. I keep enjoying it, but it's just like it's real life now, you know. Like I'm not gonna make a living from paintball. You know, like it's just you have to focus. I used to tell Hatch like I was born in the wrong country to like pursue a paintball dream. I still did it, you know what I mean? I still achieved what I think any Colombian could have achieved. I played pro. I actually was able, after the DMG thing, I was able to play pro with my team, Tsunami. Like that was my forever friends. So I still feel I wanna like play a tournament with you guys whenever that's available. I'm trying to like do it one more season or something. It's just we need help
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean,
from the gods, from the immigration gods.
Yes.
Tom Cole, come on. But no, I mean, one of the things you brought up there that's very interesting to me is, you know, obviously Colombia, you guys don't have fields right now. As you mentioned, they all went bankrupt. How do players down there practice, or is it just type of thing
So
like
right now,
you have land or?
Yeah, that's what we're doing. So there's people that has land, and so what we're doing is we're setting up fields at those farms, and most of them are like they have just enough space to like set up the field. We're filling up scuba tanks from the fireman place. I don't know how that's called. So we fill up the scuba tanks. We go there. We play. It's not nothing compared to the American paintball scene where you have compressors and a bunch of paint. It's just like 10 cases for like, I don't know, 50 people or something like that, and then you get your air. So we're trying to stay active. One of my friends has a farm that we can go on Thursdays and set up a field and do drills. So I'm helping them with their fundamentals, because I think that if you're fundamentally sound and you're sharp with your shot, it helps a lot. And it's just some people just don't do it because it's boring and it's grueling. Like if you go and do snap shooting for 2 hours, you can do like. So what we're doing right now is we have some people doing dry firing, just snap shooting, like no paint, and then you get the paint, and then like that's how we make it rotate, but everybody stays active. And it's been helpful. So we right now at this year we also were able to reactivate the local league.
Wow, that's awesome.
So, yeah, it's great. We've been helping with that. It's just there's no profit. It's just we're just trying to have people playing. Actually, we had Joe and Harrison Fry. They used to come. Jesse Stevens was at the last one.
Nice.
Yeah, they love it down here. And it's a way to like bring it back to what it was. We used to have events of like 40 teams, which is a lot here.
That's impressive. Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
That was before the pandemic, and we had like fields in every main city. So we're coming back to it. It's just it's all everything is linked to the currency, like it's in dollars, right? So it's more expensive than doing it there, and we get really crappy paint, but. The example you get is, I don't know if you guys have seen Daniela Rojas.
Yes.
She's amazing, and she grew up playing like that. So that's what I tell people. I always set her as an example. It's like, if she could do it, you can do it. You know what I mean? Like, it just takes commitment. And at some point, someone is going to notice it, like they noticed me. Like, I grew up playing like that, just picking up paintballs from the netting and then recycling. So we're doing that, and with that, the team. So actually, the company I work for sponsors a team. They're called Templarios, and then that's like Templars from the Crusades and all that stuff.
Yes.
So they have a cross and all that stuff. Okay. And then we actually took third at the last event, and I'm playing with them as well. So it's cool. So some of them are the guys we're playing with Suricatos in the NXL. And that's what we're doing right now. Just trying to stay active. Paintball for me, it's like a way of staying in shape, staying healthy, working out. Like if I don't have that sense of purpose in my life, it's just like, I don't care about much else. You know what I mean? Just I could work and do nothing else. But paintball helps me like with like routing or directing my life through a healthier lifestyle and just being better at something, right?
Like the mental health side of it too, just like having that, like you said, a purpose, something like, all right, I do my day job, I take care of my family and my, everything around me. And then I get to go out here and do this thing where it's like, that fulfills me. That makes me want to, come back and do it all again next week. That's great to hear. One thing that stood out to me, it sounds like you guys are like guerrilla warfare training, because it's like you show up at a random farm on a random day of the week. Some people dry fire, some people get live rounds. Like it's you guys really need to find one of like Pablo's stashes that's still sitting out there somewhere.
Oh my god, dude! Yeah, I've heard about that. That shit's scary, man. They're not near here, but yeah, I heard about that. I'm supposed at some point there was a lot of just dollars buried around here, I don't know what happened with those, but I heard
that's
that
the myth, at least,
It's a myth, that would be nice. But what we do is just doing the most with what we have, right? Sometimes what we get here, so even if you have the money, the paint supply is really low. And it makes sense. Like, if you think about it, it gets sent from Canada to a warehouse in Miami or something, and then goes to another warehouse in Barranquilla, which is the northern port, and then sits there forever. And I'm talking about, like, it sits in the sun, it sits in whatever container through the ocean.
Not
right?
in a refrigerated truck.
Oh, for sure not.
Yeah.
It's not refrigerated. It's not the Capital Edge Paintball refrigerated garage. It's not like that.
Yeah.
I can tell you that. It's just stored, probably get drained on. So whenever it gets here, we don't get a lot and we don't get good paint because we get factory seconds every time. So that's the only way to make it affordable. So even if you have the money, you can get what I'm saying, like 10 cases a weekend at most.
Mm-hmm. There's
so
just
what
no
I try
supply.
to do, yeah. So, you know, I used to help BKI with stuff, and like I did all their courses. I was actually a founding member of BKI, so I know a lot of drills. And what I try to do is just like, it's repetition, right? So
Yeah.
the fun part is shooting the target, but if you're doing the motions, you're still getting good at it.
Mhm.
So we try to
You're building
balance
the
it, you know.
core, you're getting used to that
Muscle
position,
memory.
you know, you've got the marker in your
Shoulders,
hand.
you know,
It's a
your
little bit
muscle
lighter,
memory.
but yeah.
Exactly. Damn, that was a deep voice.
That was
It
crispy.
came out of nowhere.
God damn.
Brando, you waking up over there? It sounds like your
Yeah,
morning
A
voice.
little bit.
lock them doors.
You know, I get why Michelle put a ring on that now. All right. And that's how side to side. That is how I choose to believe it. Michelle put a ring on your finger. It was not the other way around.
Oh yeah, no, I don't have a choice in that. You know, what she says goes.
Yep.
Yeah, he's not trying.
Damn
he's
right.
Not,
That's
he's trying to stay
Latino women.
alive.
There you go.
You know? So.
She's
Damn.
mean. I've seen her playing.
Yeah. You've seen her
Definitely.
playing.
You've seen her on
American
the
behind
field.
closed doors.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
But VG, that sounds absolutely insane. 10 cases a weekend where you're setting up these courses where people are like dry firing and not. Dude, that is absolutely insane. And some of the things that you were talking about when you were found with the founding members of BKI. Dude, I still remember some of the things that you taught me and that I convey down to the teams that I coach. Like, I remember one of the most useful ones that you ever taught me is every time you load a pod, take a breath and look around. That one, dude, no joke, elevated my paintball career so much to where, I mean, dude, in semi-pro, you're shooting for the first 6 minutes of a point, you know, to where it's like, I'm loading the lot, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
You know who
It's-
told me that? Do you remember?
no.
That was Northern California legend Rich Telford. He used to be my coach.
Okay. Love Rich Telford. Dude,
Yep,
I mean,
too.
I for
So,
sure
yeah.
said this on
Pretty
the
damn good
podcast.
back player to learn
Dude,
from.
Rich Telford
Yep.
was one of the first guys that ever taught me how to play paintball. There was a Rich Telford Thomas Taylor clinic the very first
There you
time I
go.
ever went out to play. And that was like my thing. I'm playing that shit with a rental, you know?
Exactly.
This
It's
is
just-
sorry, real quick, VG. This is what I love about you. Is like, yeah, you know, you're a Columbian, you live back there now, but like, you really are a member still of the NorCal paintball community, you know. And a lot of
100%.
us,
Sure,
like,
dude.
you know, the people up here, and like, we also still consider you like, dude. I saw you at that event last year, and I was like, it's fucking VG. I ran over, and
Yep.
gave you a hug, man. Like, it's that's the beautiful thing with this sport is, you know, the connections that can be made.
Yeah, dude, I love DMG. I love Capital Edge. Like, all of you guys have been family for me. I wish I could go and stay longer. You know, I mean, I always go and it's just for like blinks of an eye and then I'm back. But it's just what you were saying. Like, we're building community, and I've gotten the blessing of like knowing all these just paintball legends. Talking about from Oliver
Yes.
Lang to like all these newer generation guys. I've gotten to play with them, you know, against them, right? Rich used to come down here to teach clinics. I never missed a clinic. Whenever I used to save my lunch money to do all these clinics, and then I was
It's a
able to
universal
run through
experience.
that.
Relatable, brother.
So that's how I did it. And yeah, dude, the loading a pod trick, if you want to call it like that, or just tip, that's helpful, especially as you're saying. The sport has become more of like holding and like just waiting that last layout. I mean, dude, you needed to know where everybody was at all the time, but you never knew, right? So
Yeah.
if you're doing that recon more consistently and you have that muscle memory of like, okay, I'm loading, so what's happening around me, it helps a lot. And I always try to like preach that because it has helped me a lot. And actually, when I got on DMG, something that they noticed a lot was my communication. Even though I have an accent and everything, like I always try to know like how many bodies are there, like from the enemies, ours, where are they, right? Are we losing? Are we winning? What's happening? Like what do we want to do now? Like how do we want to win this point? You know, paintball is a constant equation, and you're trying to solve it with your partners, right? So it's just like when you're loading that pod, it's like, okay, cool. So how are we doing now? How is the equation looking like?
It's funny you say that, because that's always the thing that stood out to me when I was filming you guys was VG's communication was always some of the best on the field.
Absolutely.
If I had to go play a 1, I want VG behind me as the 2, because I'm going to know what's going on the whole field the entire game. Because it's kind of, your accent helps you out a little bit there too, because it's very easy to pick up your voice. It's like, oh, okay, I know that's VG. That's my boy behind me. Yeah. And you know, that's if there's anyone out there who wants to get better at playing the 2, find some raw footage of VG playing, because
there's not many.
There's not much, unfortunately, but it really is a great example of how to communicate a lot, but not just making noise. Because a lot of people fall into the trap of like, okay, I'm just going to keep saying the kill count over and over. We've heard that. We know what the kill count is. What's the next step? What's the next evolution to getting us down the field and winning this point?
Exactly. And that's what I try to do. I'm not flashy by any means. Like, I've never been fast. My background comes from water polo. Like I never.
We've seen you run.
Yeah, I run like I'm swimming on the dirt, right?
Hey man, so, I feel I'm the same way.
You run faster. I've seen you. But what I try to do is make my teammates' point or whatever gameplay easier. If how can I help you? Like, what do you need? What's in front of you? What's stopping you? Oh, let's hold it down because we're winning, right? I got you. Just stay alive. You know what I mean? All that stuff, like trying to be helpful. Think about it like fast food. How can I help you when you get there? How can I help you? So yeah, I want my burger with So you start making it. That's pickles. The same with a point.
Yeah, that is a great way to look at it, VG. Holy shit! I never really looked at it like that.
I like that metaphor.
That is an awesome metaphor.
Yeah, it's how it goes, right? And it happens fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, and one thing, because I was filming a divisional tournament this past weekend. These boys were reffing a divisional tournament this past weekend. I see ones throw their body away a lot because they get scared. They don't have information from their team behind them, and they feel like, okay, I've got to do something. Obviously something's not happening, and then they go try to take that next snake beam, and the Dorito looking cross field just cuts them up. A lot of that can be settled by having good communication, and that one, if he's able to get that information back to you that, okay, nothing's on the wire, but if I go forward, the fucking Doritos are going to cut me up. Can we get that across the field so that way those boys can try to help me out with that?
Yeah, that's a great point, Ryan. Because sometimes, people tend to repeat whatever the king that we call the next bunker to the snake side from the home, right? And then the beast is the next bunker from the home to the Dorito side. I mean, dude, they're always going to be there, right? Do they represent any danger? No, right? But the 50 Dorito of the break, or our Megatron that we call that big structure in the middle, on our side of the break, snake of break, is that helpful? So we try to emphasize and make sure you tell the people that are in danger, right? If there's a snake of break, the first thing he's going to kill is a Dorito. He's going to look across, and then you got to let that guy know he's in danger, right? So sometimes what you're saying, it's huge because people just throw their bodies away because they don't know the full picture, they don't know the situation, and they get tunnel vision. And sometimes, you get dominance on your mirror, and you can go, but remember there was a snake of break. He's probably on the snake one waiting for you on the cross, right?
Mm-hmm. He's got a trap set. I saw that happen to a player this weekend on a team, and he thought the whole field was clear. There was literally a snake one posted on the inside for about 3 minutes, and then finally he came through and got his trap kill.
Yeah, we're talking about tips and metaphors and phrases. When it looks easy, it's not.
Absolutely. And that's definitely one thing that I learned watching Impact for so long is they have a relatively silent breakout. Right, when they run, if the other team that they're playing against is running pocket and there's nobody wide, they're like, all right, well, boom, 50% of the bunkers are narrowed down on where they're at. right? And then that's when they start hitting the anaconda squeeze. They start narrowing process of elimination. Okay, well they're not wide. Where's the next bunker? Okay, someone's shooting at me from there. All right, they're in that spot, right? And just feeding that information over. And I think that's one big thing that VG, I think you have a really big talent for, is a lot of people that makes good 2s is they've been a 1 before, right? They know they know the thought process of a 1. They're like, okay, this is what, if I was a 1, this is what I would need, right? I got to put in the guy in front of me, got to check this off, X, Y, Z. And VG, that's a serious talent that I definitely know that you've had for the whole long time. Is when we were the D3 team and you were helping us out a lot. That was a huge thing that at least helped me when now that I start playing a little bit of the 2 more, right?
Exactly.
That level of communication is so fast, right? Just like fast food, you want to get that information to your guy as fast as possible, but you don't want to be jumbling it up. You're not trying to have a conversation with the person through the drive-through. You know, you want your food quick. You know what I'm saying?
But even though you have it, right?
Yes.
You end up having it, right? And that's where the feedbacks come from. Because if you show up to the drive-thru and you start talking and you don't let her talk, it's like maybe you ask for something like they don't have available, right? So you actually have to listen for some feedback, right?
Yes.
Sometimes the 2s put a lot of pressure on their 1s, and I always tell people, like, put yourself in their shoes. Like, they're getting bounce shots, right? They're getting drop shots. Like, there's a lot of noise. Maybe there's someone in front of them, right?
They're probably in a small bunker that's uncomfortable to play in.
Yeah, like you took a hard dive from a full sprint all the way. Your face is in the dirt, right? You're probably out of air, and then I sometimes see the 2s like, just go. Maybe you can ask him, like, hey, what's stopping you, right? Like, how can I help you? Mm-hmm. Right? And you shoot a lot of people when you're doing that role, because you're one, it's absorbing a lot of the pressure, and you start looking for that pressure, and you start shooting a lot of hoppers and edges of masks of the people that are shooting at him. So it's easier, and sometimes, like, if you make someone's life easier, it makes your life easier, right? Because you're both helping each other.
Absolutely. It's
Same
like
goal.
It's like when you're working. You know, if you have that one coworker that's not doing much, dude, it's gonna take it way harder. You know, like in what's that shit with the Navy SEALs when they're all carrying the log. If one guy is not carrying his equal weight of the log,
It's
everybody
a boat,
else is
actually. It's a boat.
Yeah,
We're gonna
it's a
carry
boat.
the boats.
But who's carrying the boats? Whatever.
There you
There's
go.
also logs.
See, thank you,
Carry
Vision. There's also
and
logs.
boats.
Boom.
Have you seen David Goggins?
That's what I was quoting, because that's who's gonna carry the boats, and that's David Goggins' quote.
They carry boats and they carry logs, both of them.
Hell yeah.
You say both of them?
At the same
Sometimes,
time.
like not at the same time.
That
Oh,
would be
that's
impressive.
that would be
Log
fucking
one shoulder,
insane.
boat on the other.
Dude,
Oh my
Whole bunch of
God.
if
men.
you guys haven't read David Goggins' book, that's a life changer.
Okay.
I think he has a second one, but yeah, he talks about the logs and the boats.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us some ways how you interpreted that it was like life changing.
The boats and the logs.
Well,
Just
his book as a
the
whole.
book, because
Dude.
I'm trying to get a little trailer
for
before
sure.
I watch the movie.
So
You know what I'm saying?
Like, sometimes we see Navy SEALs like at movies, and like we know they're heroes, right? Like, probably right now they're saving the world some kind of way, just doing some chemical warfare warehouse or whatever, and they're just raiding that thing right now, probably. Thank God for having people like that. But then you never see the background from it, you know, like the abandoned wives, the abandoned children, like all that stuff. And David Goggins we lost Brando.
It's all good. Yeah,
It's okay.
Minus
He
one.
drops out at times.
Yeah, he got a minor, but he only pulled himself.
Okay, so what he talks about in that book is like how hard of coming up he had, because his stepdad used to beat his mother. You know, he had to man up and like square up with his stepdad when he was like 10. So they left the house. I don't want to ruin the book, but like everything he's done in his life comes from grit and just persistence, right? So when he's talking about like all those, carrying the logs and carrying the boats and all that stuff, he's talking, actually, if you see the metaphor from it, it's just the loads of life, right? Life itself is hard, right? So you have to be harder. It's not like it gets easier. It's just like you get harder or you get tougher by doing all that hard stuff. If you don't do hard stuff, like you're not gonna get that friction that is gonna bring you to the next level, right? Whenever you're uncomfortable, you're bringing yourself to the next level, right? When Ryan left California, right? He was comfortable, but he was pursuing something else. So you have to like go to like unexplored territory, right? It's hard, but you can see him now. Look, he looks younger. Probably. You see that?
God damn it, man. No,
Same
one thing
thing.
in my job now, I work with a lot of, previous Navy SEALs, and one of the things that's very common about a lot of their stories is some type of very hard childhood.
Yep.
And a lot of them, kind of talk about when they got to Buds, it was like, yeah, this is hard, but like, it was me and my mom fighting for our lives for the last 18 years. Like,
I'm
this
not
is
going
not
back to something
really
that's way
that
harder than
hard.
this.
Like, and it's, it's the saying, hard times make hard men make easy times make easy men, and then that whole cycle continues. And it is very true though, because one of the best books that I read from a SEAL, Chris Kyle's book, American Sniper, he talked about going through Buds, and it was just like, he'd been through more pain in his life, and it was like, okay, yeah, I'm running, I'm a sugar cookie, I'm been rolling in the sand, I'm getting chafed everywhere, this sucks. But really, it's not that bad. Like, it's just physical pain. Like, we've been here before. And, that's a kind of a common story I've heard with a lot of these guys. I produce a podcast for a Navy SEAL now, one that a lot of people would know. And, the conversations he has with other SEALs, it's always a very similar of like, yeah, we did hard things, but when you look back at it, it wasn't really that hard. Like, it wasn't, trying to, deal with, child abuse or dealing with, a absentee father and all this other shit. And so I do find it funny that kind of gets brought up there, is just that a lot of these guys, you go through hard shit in life, and it what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. It really is true.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Exactly.
And especially when you have like a family upbringing like that, where it like hurts, that's like one thing where, dude, you'll do anything to never go back to that situation ever again. Like, literally anything.
Yep.
And so
And
I think
they
that's
all
going to
have
be one of
something
those.
in common. It's just like they get to a point where they say like, okay, enough is enough. So I'm just gonna become harder than the situation, and they end up becoming like world superheroes, because that's what they are, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I mean, everyone knows SEALs because SEALs make books and they talk about shit. But like, the Green Beret community and like the other branches of Special Operations Command, like it is dudes who none of us want to even imagine the shit that they've had to fight through. Because it would make you piss your pants and give up. But the thing is, when you got enemy forces coming at you, you can't really do that, because then you lose 100% of the time.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's just it's one, Ryan. It's fucking sick that you're
shout out Marsoc.
the people that you're fucking working with. That's sick, right? So I never think I'm gonna give this David Goggins book a try. That sounds pretty sick.
Yeah,
you should.
It's great, and also Chris Kyle's one is great.
Yeah, American Sniper's a great book too. Rest in peace. But it was funny because I mentioned the name of one of the SEALs last week right before the podcast because he sent me a text, and Brandon stopped everything and was like, "Okay, humble flex, what the fuck was that, dude?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, that's my boss. I'm sorry."
Yeah, wow, just, what a flex. What a flex. Oh,
Jesus, Brando, you always scared me.
I'm sorry, man.
You did, and it comes out of nowhere.
That's why I had to try to wrap him in with this one.
Yeah, I'm in the shadows, VG. I'm in the shadows.
Like Navy SEALs.
Just like Navy SEAls. That's me. No.
Brando's
Call him
like
a
the
UD
Navy
team
SEAL of
member.
the OR, just doing things that need to be done.
Saving lives, you got to do it.
Exactly.
But yeah, so we'll kind of bring it back to you a little bit, VG. So you caught us up on like the local scene, how you guys are doing. Are you coming out to either Texas or World Cup, the last two events of the year?
God willing, all of them.
Okay, hell yeah.
There we go.
So Texas is the one national event I'm going to this year since it's here locally. So I'd be very happy to shake your hand for a second and give you a hug again, buddy.
Sure,
but yeah, no, that's good to hear. And then World Cup, everyone's excited for that. It's always the best. You got everyone from all around the world coming through.
There's only 2 left. Wow.
Yeah, we've already gone through 3 so far this year. 2025 is going pretty fast, isn't it?
We almost had a world war, dude. We need more paintball events.
Yes, we need more paintball events. Oh man, like it is so crazy how, I memean, Ryan, now you and I are the kind of guys where, besides this podcast, you and I only physically see each other maybe once a year now, right? So it's crazy, and that's just how much the events like mean to us. We're like, dude, when we get to see the people that, the 40 medias, the VGs, the Matt, the gym rats, all our people, like, dude, paintball is just a thing that you don't really see that with a lot of other communities. I mean, people have to. Like, you have to work hard to do that.
I would say you do, but there is this weird thing with paintball where we all get like trauma bonded, and like it forms very deep friendships with like 5 weekends a year. And we still all, thanks to the internet, we could talk online and carry on and shit post and do everything. One thing I wanted to bring up, because Vichy was talking about we had a world war going on. We kind of had one at the last event because the way the semifinals broke down, it was one of the funniest memes I saw all weekend. It was like, yeah, sorry, I can't make it, babe. I'm watching the Floridian Russians and the French take on the Texas in Ohio. And I was like, well, that is a description of what's going on. Tauntaun's playing X Factor and Russian playing the Houston Heat. But it was, kind of the global nature of this sport. It really is not. It's not just an American thing, although it definitely is the biggest here.
Yeah,
definitely.
It's crazy.
I mean, I guess another thing on that is just like Kirill's speech. He gave on I had that Instagram post of him, and like the whole time he was like, when we're growing up, we wanted to come to America and like play against the best over here, and like that's been the goal of Legion for the whole time they've been there, is like we want to go show that Russia can come compete with you guys and do what you guys do. Just we did it in our own way, and I think that is the beautiful thing with paintball, is like it's not like there's just one big powerhouse anymore. Obviously, for years it's been America, but if you look at the last event, there was no American teams in the finals.
Yeah, and I think
there was American players, bro.
That's true.
Was that VG?
There was American players.
Mm-hmm. Oh, on both teams, yeah.
100%. But one thing is with I just lost my train of thought. My God. My bad.
It's okay. I do it a lot.
Yeah, I just want to say, on top of that, the Russians, they had their own way of training and everything, right? They're playing over there at early days to because they're here in Florida mostly now, but their own way of training and everything. And yeah, just hearing everything going on in Colombia with you guys, VG, it's just more impressive. And knowing that the WNXL team Saracatos, they made Sunday this past event. I think it might have been their first Sunday, maybe second. I'm not 100% sure.
That was the first one. We've been close. You know what we had to do for that one? I didn't go, so we had more money for them to like flights and all that stuff. So I actually helped them prepare and just coached them remotely, watching the webcast. And we had some friends out there helping me, but it's just the budget is so tight. And yeah, dude, like they work hard. From what I was telling you guys, like we for Tampa event, Anthony from Boston Paintball, the Herons, he told me that all the teams were the weekend prior to the event playing there, and we were the only one who wasn't. And then we had the girls here in Bogota playing with 6 cases.
Jeez.
And that was it. So yeah, it's just hard, man. Yeah, but I mean, we get what you're saying. The Tauntauns, they probably didn't have it this year when they didn't have all that sponsors, right? And it's just working hard and making yourself known, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know you had a second part to that, Brandon. I just wanted to put in here is like divisional kids listening to this, understand how good you have it here in America. Because like, yes, your field may not be the best. There may not be amazing, level of talent there. Maybe whatever's going on here is going on, but you have a compressor. You have a pro shop that is selling you as many cases of paint as you want and can afford. You don't have to dry fire your marker to practice your technique. Like, I'm so glad that you're kind of shining a light on all this stuff and just showing the people that, you know, we've heard it because we've talked to you a bit in private, but it's just cool that, you know, the community should hear some of these things. And like, you know, I know in Australia, like there's always been a big community of players down there. Now with all of their, you know, kind of gun laws since COVID, it's been very hard for guys to even get a hold of a marker. Like, that's something everyone here takes for granted, because if you want a marker, go to bfpgear.com, go to, you know, whatever insert company here, and you can get one sent to you pretty easily.
Actually, look, talking about that, dude, if you work hard enough, look, Tsunami it's a Colombian team, and we got to the point where we had private label guns.
Dang,
right?
That's so bad.
It's possible. This is a CS1. That was 10 years ago. But what I mean
is... Brando shoots CS1.
Love my CS1.
I still use it.
Yep.
I remember we talked about it, Brando.
Always.
Yeah, I still use it. But, man, if you work hard enough, it doesn't look good on camera, but it looks cool. And actually, we had stickers. Oh, shit. Jesus. You don't literally
now he's gone.
Right here. We had stickers and, you know, like private label guns. We had
that's
like
sick.
And it was because we used to win a lot. You know, we used to win a lot.
Notice.
Just someone's gonna notice it, and then they start helping you. Shout out Planet Eclipse. We've been shooting Eclipse in 2007, and you start winning enough, you start getting noticed, and it's just we're not Impact, but I mean, at some point we were recognized by this kind of stuff, and it's just like what you're saying, right? If you work hard enough, we came to a point where Iron Man, when they had Marcelo, A-Rod, Mouse, Daniel Ibarra, all those guys, right? They came to Colombia. We ended up beating them, and that's when we got this. And it's you're beating a superstar team, right? And Eclipse is noticing that, right? So it's just, if you work hard enough, you can get stuff. Like, it's just sometimes it's hard when you're starting, but just keep working. Stay the path. I heard that's Scott Stewart's podcast with Marcelo and Tyler, and I felt like a similar story, same struggle, but in a better region, right? It's just
Well, it's funny you said that, because I was just going to bring up Paintball Fit, because like when they were playing as AC Dallas, no one gave a shit about them. You know, go forward 4 years from that, everyone is buying every merch drop. They're selling all their jerseys after the event. Like, all the difference is they spent 3 years working their ass off and then won 3 events in a row.
You want to listen to something crazy, dude? I met them before they were famous. When I was semi-pro, so I'm playing with the Wild Dogs. We merged with Tsunami and Wild Dogs, so we could go and play out there.
For the 2020 event, right?
That was 2019.
2019, okay.
I remember this.
So Paintball Fit was D4, right? So we went to Paintball Fit to practice, and we used to practice AC Dallas, AC Diesel, and the Russians, right? In a four-way bracket, right? And then Paintball Fit was a D4, D3 team. So we showed up early, and then I think it was probably JD. He was like, "Hey, do you wanna play with our kids, like, so you can warm up?" We were like, "Sure, like, just want to play, right?" He was like, "Yeah, just they're D4, they're not semi-pro or pro, but like they'll just give you some looks." They shoot 3 of us off the break from semi-pro team of really athletic and fast guys, and I was like, "Okay,
that's what Naughty Dogs were known for. Was always that, like, you know."
Dude, they won D4, they won D3, they won D2. I think they skipped semi-pro. That's when they went to AC Dallas, right?
Mm-hmm.
So people now, they call it like, an overnight success, but I'm telling you, like, this was 6 years ago.
Yeah.
They've been working hard, dude. And if you hear to Scott Stewart's story, he's been working hard way before that, right?
Yeah, he's a NorCal guy.
Yeah, he played at Capital Edge back in the day.
Absolutely.
I played against him when he was in NorCal Infamous in 2018, and he gave us a lot of trouble.
I definitely remember playing against that team.
What?
I definitely remember playing against that team. Like, I remember when Scott Stewart went from NorCal Infamous over to Denver Chaos, if I am correct, right? And competing against him in the D3 division, right? And now look at him. Right now he has the fucking most aura in paintball right now. Like, you do not want to fucking play a one-on-one against that guy.
Yeah, if you win a one-on-one in overtime to win the event, you cement yourself into paintball history pretty quick.
Yeah,
there.
at that point, I wonder if people are gonna start doing the strat where they're like, all right, we got 2 minutes. Hide, bro. Get him off the field. Send the next one out. You know?
Yeah. No, I see what you like for that minute point. Like,
you know
send your number 2 out. Let him just go hide behind a bunker so Scott's got to come to him and then wait until. Right. But here's the problem. Okay, cool. So now you're gonna play a one-on-one versus like Psy Guy or fucking Jonathan, like Shavi.
Exactly.
Like what? It doesn't go downhill. Like they're all savages on that team.
But dude, Scott Stewart.
Yeah, it only gets worse probably.
Right, and I mean, another thing is, like, look at Scott Stewart when he played that one-on-one against Axel. Axel was sitting in like the back-ish. Scott Stewart didn't give a fuck. He was running down the sidelines.
Different body language for sure.
Every time Axel blinked, he was a bunker closer.
Yeah.
You know? So Scott Stewart has some aura right now. Shout out to Wells.
The other thing, I'll never let Scott Stewart forget this. He did also core sample in overtime finals in World Cup and potentially almost lose his team the game because they were 4 guns versus 5 right off the break. But hey, it worked out for him. So we don't. It's,
they had the. It's
written by the history's written by the victors.
Yep, they were fine. Like,
I love that clip, dude.
You have Colt yelling yes from the back like that, dude. There's no way you're losing.
Dude, he sounds like a banshee, bro.
Exactly. So I mean, that was just a sick finals game.
That was beautiful. Yeah, I love
one of my favorite ones I've filmed for sure.
They deserve it, and I'm rooting for them. Like, I have friends in most of the teams, but I always want a good match. Probably wherever my friends are, like I want to see Impact winning, so I see Tyler winning, Dave, like all those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler is my favorite pro, but I want to see the story, dude. Paintball Fit. I mean, man, respect to those guys. Just keep working hard. I think they almost had it in the last event. They did a couple wrong head checks and just it went the wrong way, right?
Oh, the last event, I remember it was like a long point, and then a guy made a move, got shot, and then like the dominoes started falling. Like I think they tried to like stick it out for like the 40 seconds being a 3-on-4, and then the other team just ended up like closing it in that 40 seconds and like winning it with like 2 seconds left. Yeah, right? And that's obviously what a good paintball team is going to do.
When they were up, they did a couple fields into the snake, and they ended up losing those players, and that's how X Factor came back. Which, I mean, they're pros. I'm not, so they probably know what they're doing. But if I was them, I would probably would have hold it back, which they're huge at it, and the field was fit for that, right? But it happens like that.
Yeah, a little bit of hindsight 2020 there too.
Oh, 100% the hindsight.
Yeah. So since we're talking about Fit, I do want to break in here. I want to give a huge congratulations to our boy Colt Lucao and now Miss Lucao. They got married down in Mexico this past weekend. I think this is the first weekend that every single member of Fit has taken off in like the last 3 years. I think most of them went down for the wedding and to be down there with everyone. So, honestly, that makes me happy. Good for you guys.
Good for them.
And
they deserve it.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to give a special shout out to our boy Colt because man's winning in life right now. Let's just be real.
Yeah,
you win a couple major paintball tournaments. You put a team on your back. You do tear your ACL, which sucks. But then you get married. Like there's hills and valleys.
He's got the scooter. He's got that little scooter. That was
it was a good look. It was a good look for the event. Yeah,
pretty fire. That's one thing I do not want chasing me. Is Colt Lucao on a scooter like that.
With his like crutch in the air, like
That's my sleep paralysis demon right there. So,
that's a little fucked,
right? But PB Fit, they're on a different level right now. They're the kind of team where I like seeing them win, and it's not like there are some teams where they go on a big win streak and I'm like, bogus.
Next, it's okay, you can say Dynasty.
Well, not even just Dynasty. There have been multiple teams that have gone on some runs for a little bit, right? And I like seeing dude, I have a friend on probably almost at least one friend on every single pro team in the league, right? Yeah. So it's hard picking who I want to win, because I obviously want all of my friends to be successful. But PB Fit just right now is just, they just have that. I mean, I'll use the word again. They got that aura about them where it's like they just don't give a fuck.
I knew he was gonna do it.
And,
I knew he was gonna do it.
You know, they just don't give a fuck, and they're in your face, and like their confidence is through the roof, which as it should be with how many wins they have already in the pro scene. Like, how many teams have won getting to pro like that? Getting to pro like that. No one has done that, and starting your pro season off kind of on the downhill, but then second half, dude, you're killing it. You make a Sunday, then you win an event. You know. Right, that is a dream come true right there.
Builds momentum. And like one of my favorite clips that's come out of Paintball Fit was, I think it was World Cup last year, but it was one of the events last year. They were playing Damage, and Xavi has a great shot on one of the Edwards brothers. I'm pretty sure it's Jason. And so as he's walking out, Xavi, turns over and puts like 4 more into him as he's walking by him. And Jason turns around instantly and was like staring him down. And
he's like, okay, all right.
They like cleaned up the point right after that. And so Xavi like gets up and looks at Jason and is just like, yeah, I'm going to be here. Edwards, or like, Jason, let's go. And like, that's what I love. I love that spark, that intensity, that like, yeah, I know you're an Edwards brother. You've been playing this game for about half my life at the pro level. Fuck you. I don't care. I'm still going to give you the same shit that you give to everyone else around you.
Absolutely. He was like, I remember like being on, he's like, I remember like AC Dallas, like being like overshooting the fuck out of us. I remember that. I'll never forget. I remember him saying that, and I was like, damn, dude, that's hard as fuck.
It brings us back to what we were talking before. It's just they endured all those hardships, they never quit. So that's why they're here, right? They did it the hard way, right? They bugged the pro spot, they lost it, came back to semi-pro, almost won it, they didn't, and then they did it again and won it all. So
dominant fashion.
Yeah, which is, who used to be like that? Shout out to Mike Jeffrey. He's a commentator now.
Yep.
So he used to coach the New England Hurricanes. Some of my friends are on that team, right? I used to help them scout and all that stuff. And dude, they were so close. That's how hard semi-pro is. Like, they were like points away from getting that pro spot. And now I see him, and it's Kyle Nicolau, he's a star in the Ironman, right?
Yep.
Keep the beat. He doesn't play a lot in the Ironman, but he's great, right? Benny Carroll, star in Arsenal. Dude, the coach was Mike, and they didn't win semi-pro. They didn't win the pro spot. That's how hard it is, right?
Yeah.
It's just hard, dude. And if you go back and watch the games from what that's called, Blast Camp and Fit, dude, there were points which just one head check away from Blast Camp winning. At least 2 of those. 5.
For sure.
I think
very close matches.
I think 2 of the finals went into overtimes, right? Like 3 or 4 of them, they won. Fit won by 1 point. Like, they were fucking close.
Yeah, overtime, and then hung in the buzzer like at the last second, and in a one-on-one during the overtime. I remember that one, but it was really close. So paintball is hard, so you have to be harder and just never quit. That's something like, if you stick to it, just I remember Archie Montemayor said this, like, you have to master something in your life, like, besides your job or whatever. If you get to like master paintball, it will teach you so many stuff about life that you can translate directly, and it'll make you a better person.
Well, and like a great reference for this, because like what I was gonna say is, like, there is a little bit of luck in there too. They don't win all 5 of those events without a little bit of things going right their way. Movie Moneyball, it's the story of the 2002 Oakland A's season. During that season, they win 20 games in a row. That was historic for the time. That record has now been beaten, sadly. Fuck you, Cleveland Guardians. You took one thing from us that we had. But one of the great quotes in that movie is, it's like Bob Costas. He's like giving like a sports presentation, and he's like, we can go back and play all 20 of these games again in a row, and there's no guarantee that they win all those games again. And that's true, because there's times in those events where it does go your way, and it keeps that streak growing. It keeps that momentum building. But at the same time, you don't win 20 games off luck alone. So, it's a little bit of, you have to be prepared, you have to be ready and have the skill set to do it. And then do need some, kind of cosmic energy to go your way. It's sports, and especially in paintball, we've all seen bad calls. We've all seen things not go your way. It does happen.
Like Maddie says, rather be lucky than good any day.
Yeah,
like when everybody's good at the high level, right?
Yeah.
When you get that little bit of luck, boom, 5% buff, and now you're like, all right, got the gods on my side for this one, so let's go win it, with that luck on our side.
What gods, Hatch?
The paintball gods, honestly, dude.
Oh, damn, I wanted you so badly to be like Zeus and Odin, and I wanted you to go a direction with that, but you didn't do it, so that's sad. Are you a Greek god, a Roman god, or a Nordic god guy? What's your favorite
He has
set?
a samurai on his head, so probably a Japanese god.
Dude, sheesh, low key, dude. That shit is pretty sick. I don't know my Japanese gods very much.
I don't know Japanese mythology all that well, but
Me neither, but I know that's
some...
a samurai for sure.
I'm a Nordic guy myself, so anytime I see a raven flying around me, I send up a quick prayer to Odin. I'm like, okay, you're watching over me. Appreciate that, big dog.
Oh yeah, I
don't know if they did. This is like very Christian.
Yeah, no, but it works. Same thing,
You can do something.
I'm pretty sure I did it wrong too.
You know what I mean?
But
are there Columbian gods?
Beat my heart over my chest, like, thank you, Odin. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's some Elden Ring shit right there, baby. The emote. But
that's literally where I have a Nordic rune written on me. So fair enough.
So are there Columbian gods, VG?
No, we're mainly Catholic.
Yeah, Catholic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Catholic
Gotcha,
country,
okay.
but we don't have like specific Colombian gods. There's not really.
I guess because really like a lot of the Latin countries are more relatively newer, right? Like because a lot of it was from like colonies coming over and then forming little territories. That's one of the reasons why Brazil doesn't speak Spanish. They speak Portuguese because the Portuguese were the first people to show up there. Fun fact, kids at home, if you didn't know that, it's not Spanish they're speaking.
Thank you for telling me.
And they're in our southern border, and they're the only country who doesn't speak Spanish around here. So
interesting.
that's how it goes. Yeah, we don't have like a specific god, but everybody's mostly Catholic or Christian.
Gotcha. Okay.
I guess you guys could claim a little bit of like, because Brando, you were doing all the Latin American ancient mythology stuff at your like history trip. What was there any tribes more down south, or was that all just like mainly in like Central America and up?
No,
Mexican.
Yeah, it was all over, right? It was everywhere. The when the French, the Spanish, and the Portuguese all came over, and went ahead and pushed along Christianity and Catholicism and everything. It was everywhere. And again, like as you said, Brazil. The Portuguese was there first, so there's little pockets, of course, who settled where first, but they all pushed their own religion onto everyone.
Yeah. So where's El Dorado at? How do we find El Dorado, Brandon?
I've been wondering forever.
Look,
Fiji, do you know where El Dorado is?
Yeah, it's in Mexico, right? I believe so.
Yeah.
I don't think it is.
Well, can you prove it's not?
Okay, that's a great point.
Google El Dorado. What does it say on maps?
So when I went to the Museum of Anthropology in Mexico City, it said that the coordinates for El Dorado is in the Rashad structure. So
no fucking way to not, bro. Chill out.
We gotta make a trip.
Oh, I'm in.
We gotta go. BG, we're gonna go visit West Africa so we can see a very old like part of the sand. Do you want to come with us?
Northwest Africa.
It sounds scary. But
guys, that's not a good take. If the Columbian is scared of Africa, I don't know if we should go there, boys.
I mean, dude, that part is lack regulated.
I think we've talked about this before, but listen, if life was a video game, you have easy, it's America, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
No, you have very easy, it's America. Yeah, you're chilling, peaceful. Right? That's like the free sample, like it's easy, right? Then you get Europe, it's easier, right?
Regular.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, and you get South America, it's hard, right? It's
hardened.
Tougher. Yeah, hardened. If you go to Africa, that's veteran. That's like
it's
right. Legend mode. Dude.
Legendary, baby.
Yeah.
You're doing a no-hit run over in Africa. That's what I'm hearing.
No, I love Africa. I wish it's just they have it hard, dude. There's people running away from lions right now. So I'm telling you, it's hard. Like, they struggle, dude. So, I mean, of course, there's cultures that you want to, like, explore and understand. But, yeah, so I just Googled El Dorado. It seems the legend was originated in Colombia, which is funny.
What?
That's what I thought. I thought it was more South American. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm reading right now. Because there was, like, a indigenous culture with from a golden guy, which is,
Gold guy.
It's just sporadic, just all over the place information. But the Bogota airport is called El Dorado. So if you want to go to El Dorado, come visit.
That's a good way to put that. Dude, okay, question though. Are there women like that were in the Road to El Dorado movie? Because I watched that when I was 8, and I feel like it changed the direction of my life a little bit.
Okay, let me see.
Yep, look up the main female character in Road to El Dorado, and you'll understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Brandon, I feel like it changed your life too, brother.
Definitely.
A spark was born.
It's like a Pocahontas looking one.
Kind of. Way
of.
more junk in the trunk, you know what I'm saying?
Not as skinny.
It's like maybe
Mrs.
Pocahontas and like
Incredible.
Oh yeah, it's like
bigger.
Pocahontas like Miss Incredible's ass like mixed together.
Yeah.
Maybe even low key like you ever seen that movie Robots? Like Miss
I
Fanny.
was just thinking.
Dude, you know what I'm saying? Dude,
That is
she
such
low key.
a random reference.
She is packing
So
down there,
yeah,
bro.
they all look like that.
All right, I'm in. Fuck it. Let's go to Bogota, boys.
I'll look like that.
So, all right, 2 things we need to treasure hunt for in Colombia. It's Pablo's stashes and where El Dorado actually is. I'm down. This sounds like a great FTS adventure.
Dude,
I don't think you're gonna find the stashes though, but we can look for El Dorado. I mean, there's museums full of like gold. I don't know how they call that in English, but it's like when they do like excavation for a building, and it comes like where like indigenous leaders or something were buried. They used to get buried with pots of gold.
Oh, okay.
And then some of that gold was taken by the Spaniards, but then like there's a little left, and it's in museums, right? So you can see this. I'm googling right now, but I've been to those museums, and it's just you can see like small towns, like Micro Machines or whatever, you know, like Mighty Max, little gold incarnations, which is cool. I don't know how they did it with that kind of detail back then. This is before the Spaniards came, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking about like the 18 something, right? So that's kind
earlier
of
than that, right? Like 1600s? 1700s, somewhere around there. But I see what you're saying. Like, they were forging and working with gold in such an intricate way well before the rest of the world was even doing that stuff.
Did they have that we don't have?
Alien.
I whispered it. I don't know if my mic picked it up, but I low-key whispered it under my breath.
Yeah, and when they first came here was the 1800s. No, 1500s.
1500s, okay.
Right. That was made before, right?
Yeah, so somewhere like 14 to 1200, somewhere around there.
We don't have information before that period, so.
Yeah. So you're telling me the indigenous tribe wasn't writing down all of their history constantly? Like, hey, someone might want this someday.
Damn.
Totally. Yeah, and that's what came down with the El Dorado legend was probably to have people looking for it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like around that.
Well, yeah, I mean that's was Cortez, right? I think he was the big Spaniard, but like he spent his life essentially just trying to find this thing and never could.
That's probably what probably was. You know what El Dorado means?
What?
What?
It means the golden one.
Oh.
Mm.
Yeah, like if I was a golden walking Dave Baines.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You guys got to start calling Dave the El Dorado now.
Oh, I like that. We're gonna start calling him that for sure.
Hey, Beastman, El Dorado, what's up, bro?
El Dorado. Definitely start
tell
calling
him
him
I
that.
said that.
We will for sure. I mean, it was great seeing Dave out this weekend at the Sepul, dude. The Sepul was fucking
he's awesome,
hot,
dude.
bro.
Dude, speaking of the Sepul, I love your guys' reel. Hatch, we got to work on your moves a little bit. You weren't really stealing aura there. It was just a lot of.
Yeah, dude. It was hot, bro. It was hot. That was 30 seconds before the last point of the day. You know, it was hot. you know.
He needs
so.
he needs that Colombian sweetheart to get those hips moving, dude.
Dude.
Yep. Yeah. Someone's got to teach him.
Dude, I got a girl with a ton of junk in the trunk, so she could definitely teach me a lot.
Oh, that's true.
Right. So I gotta be.
Yeah,
I'm
but
blessed.
you can have only Colombian dance classes then.
Okay.
No
Hell yeah.
disrespect to your girl.
Perfect.
Dude,
The Colombian dance classes.
I will
can
say
definitely
this:
work
if
with.
you guys have never seen Latin ballroom routines, go look some up.
Have you
It'll
seen
change your
Damien
life.
Vasquez, dude?
Yeah, Damien can dance. No, Damien knows what he's
Definitely
doing.
can dance.
He looked like he was made of rubber, dude.
Look, I can't be throwing shots right now because there's equally cringy videos of me dancing when I was in high school on the internet. So I'm gonna watch what I say right now. So shout out Damien. Good for you, bro.
It's a hard talent to learn.
Yeah,
being
no, I mean
that
I spent like 6
rubberized.
years of my life working on it, and I still
don't
suck.
dance like that, dude. If you like, you cannot do that. Can you,
Mr.
Ryan?
Incredible, dude.
So I never really did like ballroom stuff, which is more what that is, like waltz, tango. There's a couple other names I can't
He
think
does
right
a
now.
lot of salsa. Like
Salsa, yeah,
salsa.
that's the one I can't think of.
he's
But
actually a salsa instructor,
that's sick.
which I've never seen in the
that's
same phrase. Like paintball pro, salsa instructor. It's just like, when do you practice salsa if you're like trying to wake up to play paintball, dude? Like,
In
Damien
between
also,
points.
let's remind everyone that is a law enforcement officer now, so just throwing that out there as well.
yeah.
Busy
They
man.
gave that
Yeah,
man a
he's
badge of the
versatile.
gun and let him walk around.
Could you imagine? You're under arrest. Starts dancing like
Starts
like
hitting
crazy.
it, get those hips
Oh,
moving.
dude.
That would be great. No, I will say this with that is there's two ballroom like styles I always wanted to do and learn because they look so fun. And the main one is American swing, which is like a lot of the 1940s, 1950s type of dancing. It's popularized in America. That's why it's called the American swing. But the other one is like Latin salsa because. Go watch a hot Latin woman dance that with her partner. They're essentially fucking on stage. It's just it is grotesque, but it's also beautiful in the same time. It's a sight to see with your eyes, boys.
Makes me appreciate the culture.
We took a salsa and a tango class last year, Michelle and I,
Let's
with
go.
Cedar and Yvonne, and
Nice.
dude, that
The
was
two white guys and the two
dude,
Latinas.
that was fucking
Yeah.
tough. Yeah, salsa was cool.
Yeah.
Tango was fucking tough. Oh my god, so fast.
I'm white. I got no rhythm,
Yeah, no, oh man, I can move my hips. It's not necessarily going to be to the exact rhythm, but my hips will move. They would not move to tango, not at all. It was way too fast, but it was fun.
It's hard, dude.
Yeah, it's super hard.
And it's one of those skills that, like, all right, if you're a single dude out there right now, learning how to ballroom dance, it may sound dumb. You may not use it very much in your life, but I guarantee you, if there is a point in time where you can break that out, it will get you laid. It just will. I'm just being
Guaranteed.
honest. So,
Guaranteed.
might want to spend some time going to a class or something, boys. Come on.
Hell yeah. You
That's
took.
a miss.
What kind of dancing did you specialize in, Ryan? You more of the Beyblade?
So yeah, the way of the Beyblade. No, so mostly it was mostly like hip hop and stuff along that. But I luckily enough like got a scholarship to the dance studio because I was like the only guy there. And because of that, they made me take everything. So I did classical ballet, I did jazz, I did contemporary, I did all that shit as well too. I've said it on this podcast before. My dance partner that I danced a lot of times with, she's WWE diva now, and. God damn, she wore a very hot outfit the other night. I was like, God damn, who is that person? I don't know her, but I do know her. And yeah, so it's been a cool thing to like have in the back of my pocket. I pulled it out at times. I remember Vegas 2018 with the DMG boys. We went down, we went out clubbing. And yeah, if there's good music playing, I'm gonna dance. I think I spent like an hour and a half dancing on a rooftop of a bar with just Joe Barrett. That was a great ass night, great ass time.
Yeah.
He brought that story up I think last time he was on the pod, but yeah, it's one of those things. I mean, yeah, I don't do all that much anymore, and it only comes out at various random times. But when you can hit a wave, it makes the people freak out, makes them go crazy.
Man, I got a good image of you in the middle of a club on the dance floor busting out some ballerina moves, dude.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've stood on my toes before. All right.
Yeah.
That's
I
also.
liked it.
We can work on your
You got
technique a
on the
little
roll.
bit there, but yeah, you got
Okay.
first position, second position, third position, fourth position. Yeah.
Oh,
Do you
all
guys
this
know
stuff.
that Mishka from Houston, he was a ballet dancer before paintball?
No way.
I buy it because
yeah.
he's very agile, and if you have met male ballerinas, they're fucking insane. Like
Yeah.
the leaps that these men can do is just impressive as shit.
I mean, wasn't Axel a gymnast?
yeah, no,
I
Axel
think
was.
so. I've
Right.
heard
So,
that.
I mean, bro. That guy is a contortionist. I've seen him, no joke, do some crazy ass stretches.
It's also
insane,
why
dude.
he's so small, because gymnastics stunts your height in general. It's like a very well tracked thing. That's why most gymnasts are never over like 5'6", 5'7".
I know
But
you're
it
a
worked
gymnast,
out
Brando.
perfectly for him in the game that he came to.
Yeah,
Ben, I didn't know you were a
he
gymnast.
He fitted well in paintball. You know that gymnastics, like overall, there was a study made. If you had like a football player, a wrestler, like 10 sports, a boxer, whatever, and there was a gymnast, and you had them, all of them doing each other's sports, the gymnast is gonna perform better in average in all the other sports. Like they are the most athletic, flexible, powerful, strong, balanced. Like they
Maybe-
have everything to be considered athletic.
Yeah, like maybe they're not, the most specialized in football, but if you take like a football, a basketball player, a baseball player, and made them all play the other sports, they would average out better than the rest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
it
what
makes
they did.
sense.
That's how the study went.
I
Okay.
don't know if you guys remember this one movie. This was like when The Rock, before he got eaten by The Rock, back when he was like not so, huge.
Before the
There was-
TRT. Yep.
Yeah, it was called The Game Plan. Do you guys
It
remember
was
that
a
movie?
pebble.
What?
I got that. I got that.
Dude,
was
that
a
went
good
right over
one.
my head at first. I was like, Pebble. I was like, oh, shit. Yeah, but basically, yeah, right? And so
Okay.
he's doing this thing where he finds out he has a daughter, right? The daughter, like, wants to be in ballet, and the ballet teacher and him are low-key, got some connection, right?
Damn.
And he's doing ballet. He's like, all right, I'll join in. And it, like, cuts to him being like, like, sweat dripping down his face, like, barely be able to sip water, right? Because he tried, and this is like apparently the best football player in the nation for the movie setting, right?
It's an exaggeration, but it's not too far off. Like the hardest classes I took were literally just ballet technique, because it was essentially you're just doing legs for 45 minutes in a row, and just everything's that core strength, and it's just holding your arms in weird ass positions, and you have this little old lady walking around who's like, nope, that's not right. Fucking move your arm higher, or fucking lift your chin up more, and it's just like, oh god, I'm fucking dying here. I'm not gonna lie, at the time I hated doing those classes, but I do feel like they gave me a lot of like coordination and balance and all that stuff that helps moving forward. Fun fact, a lot of NFL players take yoga and like ballet
I love
classes,
yoga, bro.
and
I
the
love
main
yoga.
reason is flexibility and core strength.
So
Dude,
this was
hot yoga.
talked to me from Nicky Cuba. He used to tell us like doing yoga and Pilates helped a lot for paintball, and it comes from a like Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
So it
it makes sense, because a lot of it is just your flexibility, and when you're trying to be on one knee bent down in an awkward position
Have
snapping.
you all tried Pilates before?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have an
Dude,
odd
that's
actually.
humbling. It's
Yes.
humbling. Bro, I'm telling you right now, if someone invites you to do Pilates, don't go. Or be ready
do
for
go.
getting
Do go.
your ass
Yeah.
kicked. I mean, it'll
Ash, you
help
looking
your
up a
paintball
Pilates
game for
class?
sure.
No.
Oh man,
Please
that's
take a
humbling.
local Pilates class in Fresno. That would be amazing. That's just great content.
Dude, I need footage of that.
I would take that as well. Okay, Hatch, we don't need to know this during the show.
No, I would just letting you guys
mic,
know.
God damn it.
Thank you.
I was just letting you guys
I
know.
like that. Yeah.
Now-
Well, we assume that, Hatch. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. It's
So,
okay. We didn't think anything less of you because you took Pilates. It's okay, buddy.
No. Bro, let me tell you. I was the one guy in my class. Bro, let me tell you. I was way more enthusiastic than all these other chicks in there, bro. And
Yeah,
I'm like-
so now
I'm like,
imagine
get it,
being
get it,
6'4" and being the only guy in the class. That was me every dance class I took for a majority of my dance career.
But were you like the extrovert of the group though?
No, I was barely understanding what I was doing and way worse at technique than these girls that were like half my age. And I was
That's
like,
why you
okay, gotta figure it out.
You gotta know that it's okay. You know, you're never gonna be as flexible as them. But the fact is that it looks like you're having a good time, and as long as you are having a good time, it's all that matters, right? The teacher's gonna be like, "Damn, this guy's all right. At least he's trying."
Well, it's different too because I was trying to be competitive and like win. So like, just having a good time wasn't chill. Like, you know, that wasn't making me better at the shit that I was trying to do.
Mine was mostly just I guess in a way I liked the feeling of when they were like impressed of like a yoga move or like some kind of workout that was like everybody was struggling with, but you know, I'm like, you know, hitting it kind of hard. You know, I always thought that
Hitting
was
it from the
fun.
back. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know,
Just like your
smacking it
teacher.
around.
So yeah, boys, we had some events going on this past weekend. Before we get to those, I actually did want to bring this up because Brandon brought it up right before the show. ESPN NXL 3-man stuff. That's what he told me. What's going on with the NXL 3-man stuff? What's up, Brando?
No,
Fill me in.
saw something on it a couple weeks ago that a couple teams were going to be out at Disney World, I think, in Florida, filming
At the Wide World of Sports?
I think so. Yeah, yeah.
There's some players in paintball who have been banned from that place.
Filming another special, and then Tom Cole was talking today about it more. And yeah, 3-man format is so that the 3-man that they tested this past tournament, they're running with that again.
Double bracket.
Well, it's only 4 teams. It's going to be only 4
okay.
teams. He said it was they're getting an hour special, right? Instead of 30
That's
minutes.
good. More time.
An hour special.
hour.
And I think what he was most happy with was that ESPN is the one producing it, so it's not coming out of NXL's pocket.
That is better. Yep,
Like,
that is better too.
So
Like overall, it'll just look better.
yeah, right.
You're gonna make it to where a complete noob can understand it.
Yeah.
But please still have Maddie in the booth.
he
Like
did,
that is
yes.
part of my contract.
Yes,
Okay, thank God.
He said Maddie will be in the booth. I mean, you
That's
can't.
like
you can't
paintball's
take-
writer.
Yeah, exactly. You can't
Like
take
Maddie
him away.
Marshall has to commentate.
He has to. Yeah, so 3-man, only 4 teams. It's, what did he say? He said Dynasty, of course, the Russians,
That's a given.
Impact, and then Fit. Fit's going to be out there as well.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
They
That's a
earned
good
their
one.
spot 100%.
Yep. And damn it. I don't remember the exact date. It's sometime in August, I believe. So,
wow.
yeah. So
Okay.
it's coming up quick.
Coming up soon. Yeah,
That's
no,
awesome.
that is funny that we're finally going back to Disney, man. After all these years, that's NXL World Cup used to be hosted on Disney property. I wasn't joking earlier. There are pros that played in that event that got physical and now can no longer go back to a Disney property anywhere in the world because of things that happened at NXL World Cup back in the day.
way.
Yeah,
Like never,
so-
I can never go back to Disney.
yes, like
How the fuck would
lifetime
they
ban.
know? How would they know?
Well, ID, if you're like buying a ticket, I put in chat who it is, but
Yeah,
yeah.
I see.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dang, that is so interesting. I've always wondered, like, because we're not. I mean, nobody in paintball is like famous, right? So where it's like, I wonder if like, did I just really go like that? They scan an ID and your ID's been cursed to where like, oh,
Well,
nope,
not just that. You've just
anybody.
been put in their system as like you're not allowed back on property. Because like Hatch,
Damn.
there's
Where's the time?
regular human beings that are not allowed on paintball or Disney property. Like people who have tried to have some relations in the park and people who have brought in drugs and
yeah.
things like that. Like you go on a
no.
list and then you don't get to ever come back. That's how that works. The mouse is very strict.
Damn, dude. I wonder if there's like a time limit on that where it's like, oh, you're banned for like 10 years, or if it's like forever.
You could probably repeal it after a certain amount of time and be like, hey, I was an 18-year-old kid. I fucked up. I want to go back with my family. I'm 48 now, please.
Fuck, that is so funny.
How do
Damn.
they filter that? Like, in case like someone wasn't allowed, like how do they even know? Like, there's a bunch of people coming in every day.
Yeah, but I think it's probably to the ticketing system because you have to give personal information for like who's getting the ticket. And so they probably have a database. And I mean, yeah, you probably can get around it, but it's,
You never want to go around anything in the United States.
Well, and that's a good point, because technically they've trespassed you from the parks. So if you go back, they can file charges against you, because they have told you once already you can't be here anymore. That's how trespassing works, by the way. You can go anywhere you want one time, but then once they tell you officially you can't be back, if they ever find you there again, you have a misdemeanor against you, potentially a felony, depending on what the place is.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, we went to the parks once. I think it was Universal. Whatever they do, like in Orlando, when they do like the haunted houses and all that stuff.
Yeah, Universal. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we were small, and we went to World Cup, and we were young. And then one of my friend's dad got scared and punched one of those things in the face.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were also trying to kiss the ghosts, or the female ghosts, or whatever. Like you could tell,
dude.
Jesus.
when they were coming at you, we were like just trying to kiss them.
Oh yeah.
And we were running around.
We let some
from the
Columbians into
Universal
our
police.
park, and they sexually harass our female staff. That we can't be having
Yeah,
this.
they were trying to scare us, right? So we had to
Trying to
fight
scare them
back.
back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Nothing
fair
more
enough.
intimidating than that. Than
I mean, dude.
big Colombian guy puckering his lips coming your way. You know.
Depending on who it is, I might not care as much, but yeah,
That's valid.
you know.
That's valid. BG, you're welcome, bro.
Yeah.
You're always welcome here.
Well, hell yeah,
you,
boys.
dude.
So good to know. NXL, we're doing ESPN shit again. We love that.
For an hour, double time.
Double the time, double the matches technically, because we went from one match on the last one. But they'll be able to tell the story a little bit better and easier.
I think that's going to be really interesting with the way that they're going to edit it, because it's like, I mean, for me personally, like watching it on Go Sports was not as entertaining as what I thought it was going to be, right? Or at least maybe I actually watch it more in person. But I think that they're, at least the ESPN editors and everything, are going to put their twist and their pizzazz on it to where it's going to look super good. Like the last ESPN thing with the Aftershock, who was it, Aftershock Russians? Like that looked really good. I thought that was a really good look for paintball, and I'm very excited to see like what this potentially is going to be, because the paintball that we play is not 3-on-3.
No, finish Hatch, please.
I was just saying how the paintball that we play, like at the NXL, like that we play personally, like me and Brando and VG, right? We play 5-on-5.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so I'm very curious on how the way they're going to portray it and the way they're going to make it look. So I'm
yeah,
excited.
so I was curious what you were saying. I love the ESPN show. I think we actually watched it together. Remember, we had the Discord party with all the DMG guys, and we were watching that ESPN thing. I think that was cool, but I feel that if they're doing it with the 3-man format, it's just easier to track fewer players, which makes a lot of sense. But I'm confused about what Brando said. Like, is it gonna be filmed on August, or is it gonna be streamed? And they already filmed it in Ohio.
They said live. It's going to be live.
Oh,
Live.
it's gonna happen.
Yes.
Okay,
That's big.
because I also heard that
Interesting.
there was ESPN filming one of the last events. I don't
also
know
heard
if
that.
So yes and no. I think they had some people there from like the ESPN production team, but mainly the test was just the 3-man format and like seeing, does that look easier through like a camera lens? I was gonna say what you said too. That's really the reason they're going to that, is it's easier to track 6 people on a field than 10 people and try to explain to someone who's never seen this in their life what that dude in the back who looks like he's doing nothing, he actually has the most important job because he's keeping everyone out of the snake. But that, it's hard to show that as much when there's just so many bodies and people on the field. There was a couple of like the paintball series back in the day. There was a big like 3-on-3 series. I remember seeing footage of like, there was like an excessive versus like the Hurricanes game or something back in the day, and it was the same 3-on-3 format, which back then was even crazier because they had like the 7-man and the 10-man teams for some of the events still. But yeah, I'm glad that they went to that. They're trying out new things, because it is one of the things too. We all start with 3-man for a reason, because if you can understand 3-man paintball, you have all the basics for 5-man. It's just okay, now there's 2 other guns on the field doing a job as well.
Absolutely.
It makes a lot of sense if you put it like that. That's where most of the people start, and it's also easier to build up from the roots. Like, it's easier to build up a 3-man team, right? We actually have a 3-man team right here. You know what I mean? fewer logistics, fewer flight tickets. You know what I mean? Like,
Paint cost is less.
Yeah, and then you can like show it there, build up from there, and then you can start keep having your 5-man teams if that's it's gonna keep paintball rolling, or go back to 7-man or whatever, like whatever it's the actual sweet spot.
Yeah.
Dude,
No,
we got
I-
a nasty 3-man
I
team
agree.
right here. Dude, we got me, Brando, VG. We got Ryan to film us. Dude, we call us DMVG. Dude, we're about to take it. You know what I'm saying?
No, fuck
Dude,
you. I'm the
it'd be so much
4th man
fun.
on the roster. I'll just sit on
Oh,
the bench
I
the
like
whole
that,
game.
Ryan. I
I'll be
like that
filling
way
pods,
better.
bro. I'll be
I
filling
like
When
that
I
pods.
say
way
we
better.
had that 3-man team, he was a player.
Thanks.
There we go.
Let's go. Thank you, VG.
There we go. That's what I like to hear. I'd
But
like you
yeah,
to know as a player.
I don't think there's a single 3-man event that all of our points would fit into in the world, but it would be
Not
cool
even,
if that
dude.
could
Not
happen.
even. I actually think my local paintball field does like a little 3v3 tournament where it's open.
Well, Fresno,
Like,
here
You know
we
what I'm saying?
go.
Oh no, it's not even
Let's
Fresno.
go,
The local,
VG. Coming to
not even.
Fresno.
It's not even Fresno, dude. It's like an hour right outside of Fresno. That's my local field.
Little
you know.
Central Valley.
Yep.
You
so,
want to come
Hey,
see one of the
Central
worst
Valley.
parts of California, VG? We got you, man.
You know, honestly,
I'm
dude,
not scared,
a lot
dude.
of the local California fields, dude, like are not that bad. Honestly.
It's
Like,
funny
I wasn't
because
talking about the field. I was talking about the surrounding area.
oh,
No,
if you want to see a
dude,
ton
it's
of
funny
brown.
because, bro, listen up. It was funny because when I was there, every time I go there, it's just like DG, stay away from that 7-Eleven. Like, this is not a good area. And it's like, dude, I take sunbaths in this area. Like, what are you talking about?
No,
This is
that is a good point.
Yeah.
I guess
like,
the only difference is you're not strapped, but there's nothing in America that is, I mean, maybe Compton and like South Side Chicago, but that's about it.
Yeah, just, I mean, it doesn't look as scary.
Yeah, and I don't want to tell a story because you did tell a story not on the pod, but when we were in person back in the day of like the things you would have to go through just to get to the airport, and it was like, oh my god, man, like Jesus Christ, like
Shit traumatized me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was crazy, dude. Last time, yeah, we had a bunch of roadblocks and just firefights on the streets. Like,
What the fuck?
that
Yeah.
shit was crazy, dude. Yeah.
God damn! Just to get to a paintball, then you have to go through firefights.
Well, not to go to paintball, just to leave. Like, there was
That's even
like
crazier.
a civil war. Yeah. I mean,
Holy
I was
fuck.
the crazy one trying to go play paintball, but yeah.
yeah, everyone else is trying to live, but you're like, I'm gonna get out and go to the
Holy-
States for a bit, boys.
Dude, let me tell you,
Yeah,
these
just-
motherfuckers that roll out of bed and drive 15 minutes to a local field do not get it.
And then
VG,
still
they do
show
not
up
get it.
2 hours late every time.
How?
How?
How? Like, I get it. Sometimes I'm 5 minutes late, bro. The poop fairy sprinkled their poop dust on me, and I had to take a shit. You know?
Hatch, you have a
Sue
3-hour
me.
commute. 5 minutes is perfectly normal.
You know what I'm
That's like
saying?
traffic.
But,
like,
You're right. So sometimes, dude, when people are late, it is disrespectful. It is disrespectful, right? And dude, I'm not even gonna lie, dude. At the Sepul, dude, we got talking to by Dave because we were late, right? We were a couple minutes late. And he's like, "Boys, what the fuck's wrong with you guys?" Right? And he laid down the law real quick, and we had to handle it, right? Brandon, what are you doing, bro? You in a wind tunnel?
I don't know what's going on with Brando tonight. He turned off his fan, and he still has like this jet noise that comes on his mic every time he turned it on.
Are you okay, brother?
Yeah, no, I don't know. That's why I keep muting it because I see my mic going off.
Must
I'm
be-
like, I don't know how
it
loud
must
this
be
shit is.
that hot.
I don't understand.
be that hot.
That's why I'm holding it like. Is that better?
may
No, I
be
still
your
think
computer,
I know.
'cause
That's why I'm
Jen's
like
a little
going
bit better
further
now.
and further away.
Speaking
down-
of,
lay down
what
on the
the
bed and
fuck
give us
is
a good
behind
pose.
you?
What? My Stitch?
No, that's Stitch ready
Yeah.
to take it, bro.
Damn
Oh,
right.
okay. I couldn't see the Stitch head. I just saw the like stockings, and I was like, Brandon, what? Wait, you're on a pod right now, buddy.
Nah, that's Stitch. That's ready. Stitch is ready. Eyes closed.
Oh yeah, that's
face down, ass
Stitch is
up.
primed.
I didn't know Stitch was a power bottom, but I guess I found that out today.
That's the room I stay in.
Yeah, he.
So-
This is what he cuddles with.
Do you cuddle with the
Exactly.
Stitch? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I actually use Brando. I take Brando for the night.
Yeah.
You know,
Fair enough. Michelle
Brandon-
gets him the rest of the year. That's only
Michelle's
fair.
alone. Exactly right. It's only math is math, and it makes sense.
Come on, when you're sleeping at the boy's house, you gotta give him a kiss goodnight and cuddle him, you know? Just for safety.
100%.
All right?
Make him
This
feel
is
good.
what a
Make him
caveman
feel like
used to
home.
do. This is what Romans used to do. All right? When it's cold at night, you get another body, you bring him in. It's cool.
Oh yeah, dude. That's what Italians do, dude. Italians kiss each other on the cheek. Let me tell you, if you're Italian and you kiss a man on the lips, you're fucking dead. That guy's gonna die.
Yeah, probably. One of the vets I work with, one of their quotes they had in the army is, "It's not gay if it's below freezing." So, like, if
Facts,
it's below
dude.
32 degrees, get in here, bro. We're penguining up. It's cold as fuck.
Oh, dude. I mean, bro, Brando, that there are times where we've been in the refugee camp, and dude, it is cold. I see Brando shivering just a sweatshirt. I'm like, all right, buddy. I opened up the covers. He jumps in, close them in. All right, we're good. Now all of a sudden we're 4 sardines in the queen size bed. You know,
Dude,
we're
the
Lincoln
first
logs.
the first CPL of the year when you're parking cars at like 5 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
It's so cold.
And there's still
cold.
like
The frost.
freezing grass around you, like.
Your toes are all
That's
cold
cold.
and shit. Yeah.
No, it's okay. I'm the same way, VG. I don't do well with the cold. Like, the heat doesn't bother me as much, but, like, when it gets below 50 or 40, I'm just like, guys, I'm sorry. I can't do this.
Yeah,
I know
I
I'm
can only
good,
put
but-
so many sweaters.
Yeah, cold weather is not for the jungle people.
No,
don't think
wait.
you're a jungle
Honest question.
person,
What
but I
is
am.
like the coldest it gets in Colombia?
Dude, I don't know Fahrenheit, but I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yeah.
So we get
Freedom units, please.
18.
It's about 18 degrees Celsius. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but I'm trying to translate it to freedom. It's 64.
64. So like in the 60s.
That's when you're there. Everybody's wearing blankets. You want to cuddle with your girl. You know, dude, that's cold.
Well, I mean, to give reference, what's like the opposite side? Like during your guys' hot season, like what does it get up to?
85, 90.
Yeah, with what
Fahrenheit?
humidity?
With jungle humidity.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's very stable. You know, we're near the equator, so the weather it's always very stable. But yeah, like, if it gets colder than that, it's probably higher in the mountains. You can get like below.
Yeah.
Like
You're
32
higher up
when it
elevation.
gets the frozen point, but I never go up there, so at least not now. I used to go when I was younger, but it was colder. When you go camping, you have to have your sleeping bag. Like it's nothing crazy, like not like a winter in Boston, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, VG. Okay, I got a question for you. All right, so
Yeah.
as a guy who doesn't live in the jungle myself, are there ever any animals you have to worry about? Because my perception of what you're saying, I'm thinking this shit's the jungle.
It is the jungle. I mean, you're always aware of snakes. Like there's a lot of snakes you gotta be aware of. Not where I live, but southern border, closer to Brazil. There's also poisonous frogs that are tiny and like super
dart
bright
frogs?
colored.
Yeah.
But they're not near me, so I mean they're like in the actual deep jungle.
Yo,
the
if
Amazonic
you
jungle.
ever find any of them, you should scrape off their like the oils off their back and then smoke it and get high as fuck.
God, dude.
That's what people
I got
do. People
DT
do
just by
that.
thinking about it.
That freaks me out. I couldn't even imagine how I would react.
You
How
wanna
my
go
body
meet
even
God?
yeah.
Smoke
How
the
would my
poison
body
frog
even
shit.
react? And
Yeah.
the thing is, that's actually really interesting. You can actually keep those as pets. It's the diet that makes them poisonous. Fun fact.
Really?
That is
Yep.
actually a very interesting
Mm-hmm.
fact.
Yeah, so there's actually you can keep poison dart frogs. They'll keep the colors. It's
Question.
just the
Oh, okay.
poison
So
is-
they still are like the bright color.
Yeah,
Because
the
like
poison-
I know that's like the super interesting thing about them is
Yep.
like that's their protection. Is they're like, yeah, I know you see me. You also know you'll die if you
Good
touch
luck,
me.
buddy.
So
Good
like,
luck.
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
It's like if you eat me, we're both dying. You know. So
It's a martyrdom perk.
I miss COD. But anyway, yeah. So
I got Brando with that one. Let's go.
Are there any jaguars? You got to worry about jaguars.
Yeah, but they're small. I mean, yeah, they're
Also-
like they're not as big as
To give context for our
probably-
viewers, VG doesn't live like out in the jungle. He's in a more
No.
urbanized, place.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I guess it exists more there. There are more like kind of rural areas where you're just out in the jungle a
The
little
jungle
bit.
is the actual jungle. Like it's a tropical rainforest, and if you go like 15 minutes south, you get into the actual jungle. But like I live in a city, right? I mean, we used to have paintball and stuff. It's not like sometimes people see like Colombian movies and it's a lot of like chicken and like just people living with like like their chickens in their houses and like
It's all yellow too, right?
not really. It's just we have cities build. So we have like two huge like mountains. Like there's valleys and like huge mountains. So like we live near. Like I live in one of the valleys, and then there is another one when you go across, and then if you go across the other mountain, there is the ocean, and that's like the whole Colombian. We have everything. We have like high climates where it's up in the mountain when you can see snow. Then there's the ocean on the other side, and all in between is tropical rainforest, and the cities were built in there. We that's why we get so much of a stable weather. We don't get tornadoes and all that stuff because there's a huge mountain base. So the wind doesn't go as like it does in Texas. I've
Breaks up
survived
the clouds,
two tornadoes in Texas, and that's scary.
Yeah, we about an hour to the west of me flooded over the last 2 weeks.
I saw that, dude. I didn't know it was
I don't know how
close
much
to
you heard, but it was close to me in Central Texas, and we talked about it on last week's show. But a lot of people died from it, which is tragic. But
incredibly tragic.
It's I mean, that is kind of the nice thing about living in areas like that. Question: do you guys get a lot of like earthquakes then? Because I wonder, like, are those mountain regions? Yeah, they're kind of they got fault lines or something under there.
Yep, yeah, we get a lot of earthquakes, and yeah, they're scary. Actually, a city that is like 2 hours north from here got totally destroyed by an earthquake like 25 years ago.
Yeah. Well, and it's interesting too, because like, Japan, that's another country that's dealt with earthquakes for a very long time. It's on a volcanic island, constantly plates are shifting.
They got big buildings.
But they have, a lot more money to invest into infrastructure and engineering that can combat, those things. Like, the Fukushima earthquake, that was what, like a 6 or 7 magnitude earthquake? That's a huge earthquake. It really didn't destroy that much stuff. What destroyed stuff was the tsunami that followed right after it. Whereas, like, there's examples of, like, I think it's Chile that has had, like, some really big earthquakes that are only, like, 4 or 5s, but they level the country because there's not rebar and concrete. There's not, the supporting infrastructure to make strong buildings. So it is interesting, like, the difficulties that come with just trying to combat an earthquake, because humans have gotten good, but planet Earth is
never
still better.
beat Mother Nature sometimes, bro.
You always lose against Mother Nature, dude. It's just like that. Like when it's coming, it's coming, dude. Like, have you seen the tsunamis, like in Asia or wherever? Like not the Japan one, but the other one. It destroyed the whole country.
Yeah, it's one of the Southeast Asian countries. I can't remember which one, but yeah, it was like a 40 or 50-foot wall of water that just destroyed a country, essentially.
Yeah.
That's like a 4 or 5-story building of water that is moving at you at the speed of like a slow jet. Like, it is terrifying. The ocean wins, dude.
Yeah, dude, when you're dealing with that much water, bro, that is basically the equivalent to a wall of bricks.
Yeah.
And the wall of bricks sucks you in when you get caught, So
and then it drowns you. It's actually a really fucked up thing.
It holds you down and just takes the air out of you.
Wait,
so
what?
bad, dude.
Whoa.
It's like when they're like, firefighters, they fight fires. Fight tsunami fighters, they fight tsunamis.
I just want to see the one big wave surfer who's like, it's my life mission to surf a tsunami. And he's just like going around to all these places and like trying to hop in on a wave, like out of a helicopter or something. That'd be sick, dude. I mean, he would not survive, but it would be gnarly.
That would be next level. He has to like make a jump, grab the ladder on the helicopter.
I mean, when Japan had the tsunami and earthquake and everything, I mean, we had a 12, 16-hour heads up of like, hey, there's some big waves coming, right? That's the perfect time for someone to do that shit.
I guarantee you there were some surfers in LA who were like, boys, we're going out tomorrow morning. Let's go.
LA or even in Hawaii, because they're a little closer, right?
Oh, Hawaii
waves
too.
were probably a little bigger.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's off like Kona. They have like some big wave spots already too, so like the waves just pool up really well there.
Right off of Maui, as well. Yeah. Damn. Cool.
That sounds so badass.
Hey,
just shredding that.
When life gives you lemons, make lemonades. I was trying to find a better metaphor, but I couldn't come up with one. So when life gives you a wall of water, go surf it.
Oh, I like that. When life gives you a wall of water, go surf it.
Hell yeah.
That reminded me.
Okay.
Dude, oh man, I I gotta look for it a little more. Sorry, it popped in my mind. VG, I've written down like a couple quotes of yours, over the couple years, and oh my god, I wish I had it. I'm sorry.
There's a couple quotes I have of VG that I won't say on this podcast, but they were very legendary quotes that stuck into my head.
Damn.
There's some, if you know, you knows.
For sure. No,
definitely.
I'll try to stall for you here a second, Brando.
The chain of favors. I love that one.
Chain of favors. That is so
the
good.
Chain of favors. I really like that. I say that as often as I can. You're trying to pay it forward and everything, but with chains of favors. Yeah, I love that.
It works a lot, dude.
Yeah.
It makes us better people, and everything around us gets better. So yeah.
Hell
I
yeah.
agree with that 100%. The chain
like
of favors
that.
is something that, I mean, sometimes where me and Brando are like taking that car ride to the airport or something together, or like to the field where I stop at his house, dude, we'll talk about it, like, dude, I'll be like, what is that fucking quote that VG says? Like, ladder of success, something, dude. What is he called? That he goes, oh, dude, the chain of favors. I'm like, chain of favors. And I always like,
That
I always like
sounds
to
like
reroute
an
myself.
Elden
with
Ring
that one.
item.
Oh yeah.
Have you
for
guys
sure.
seen that movie?
What
The
movie?
Pay
It's
It
a
Forward
kid-
movie?
I believe so. It's a kid that he gets stabbed or something, and then like
Oh, pay it forward.
Yeah.
praying and-
Pay it
It's a
forward.
sad movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen
I
this one,
have
actually.
Yeah, that's the power of a chain of favors. You know what I mean?
Getting stabbed.
Yeah. I was a kid.
I'm guessing there's a better story to that movie.
No,
but
there
okay.
definitely is. There definitely is.
Yeah, but
100%.
when it came
That's
out-
a really good movie. I remember seeing that movie when I was pretty young.
Yeah. I was like 4 or 5 years old when I saw that movie.
Yeah, and I'm like, damn, that kid just got stabbed. What the fuck am I watching?
Hey, another pay it forward movie that's very good about that is 7 Pounds. Have you guys seen that one? It's a very depressing
No.
Will Smith movie. It's a dude who
I've
wants
not
to
seen
kill
that.
himself, so instead of just doing it, he finds people who needs his eyes, his liver, his kidneys, like stuff
Oh,
like that,
yeah.
and then he kills himself in a manner which they're able to harvest all those organs from him. 7 pounds, fun fact, that's supposedly the weight of all the organs in your body, so that's where the title comes from. It's a very
7
depressing
pounds.
movie. Another movie I watched when I was like 8 with my family, and I was just like, why are we doing this?
God damn, dude, that sounds intense. That
It
sounds
was.
like one of those movies where you just do not forget.
Yeah, no, never forget. Just like 9/11. Boys,
baby.
let's move on. I do want to talk about USXBL just for a few minutes here. That did go down this last weekend. We were out at San Antonio X Factor. This is a hard one for me. Great paintball park. Fields were good. Turf was pretty good. They had a good amount of space for people to set up and have areas for the teams and everything.
Hell yeah.
Zero parking. Absolutely not nearly enough parking. We were parked all over the damn place, including there was a cul-de-sac nearby, and people were like filling up the cul-de-sac like it was a parking lot. It was actually kind of interesting to see. So that would be like the only bad thing about the venue. But other than that, X Factor, a couple fields they have up were pretty good.
Good turf.
Yeah, not the best, but for a paintball field that gets used every weekend, yes, that's considered good
hell
turf. They did have one field that was weird. It was the violence field where it was like they set it up on their rec side, so they only had pit entrances on one side of the field. So the team that was on the far side literally had to like run to their side of the box every point, which was kind of rough. There was teams that were trying to do dead man walks because of that, because you had to walk back towards the pits no matter which side you got shot on. So they were like, let me theorize this. But yeah, it was a good event. I was out there filming the Austinoni boys, and I was also doing an individual for Jordan from the Austinoni Gold D5 line.
Shout out to Jordan.
Shout out to both teams, actually. D4 made it into playoffs, as well as D5 Austinoni Gold. D5, unfortunately, they lost their first match in the playoffs. I don't know who did it, so I can't even call them out. They got a gross major for trying to wipe in the first point, and that really just killed the momentum of the whole entire game. So, yeah, that was D5's story, and I mean, it was race to 4, so they had a little bit of a chance to come back, but then they lost the next point. And
that momentum, punch in the face.
It's a killer. And let's be real, especially for D5 guys who, you haven't had a lot of experience trying to bounce back from things like that.
That shit'll shake you.
It's a rough. Over on the Austinoni D4 side, they barely squeaked into playoffs. They went 2-2, had a good enough margin to get in. Sunday, they ended up playing against, I think it's... I actually don't think there's a city name in front of it, but just Greed Paintball down here in Texas. It's a pretty big organization. Shout out to one of their players, our boy Chris Odom. You got to talk with him over the weekend, which was a bit good. Haven't seen that guy in a little bit. Every time I see him, I forget how goddamn big he is and how small he makes me feel. Mind you, this is an NFL linebacker, so yeah, the dude is fucking huge, not only in height, but in wide as well. They did end up beating Greed. Except they didn't really end up beating Greed. Greed gave them a win. I think it was tie point coming down to like the last point. Oni was trying to make some moves up the middle. Didn't really work out for them. A couple of their players got chopped up, and I think Greed was either like 4 or 5 alive. Caleb was the only dude in the back center, pinched in a can in the back center, just trying to stay alive, make something happen against 5 players. Well, he did his fucking job. He was getting ran down by a guy and was head checking, getting vision, making sure he wasn't giving too much. Second he saw the dude coming, came out, put a couple balls on him. He already killed him, but the dude decided to still run him down. And as we know, if you kill someone with paint on you, that's a major, and a major under 60 seconds is a swing point. And they got the swing point, and there was like 10 seconds left in the game. Only won. So you like getting those.
A win's a win.
It's not how you want to win an event, but hey, it happens. So hey, a win's a win. You move forward to the next one. Next game was against I actually can't think of which team it was against right now. Pretty good team though. They've kind of put the whooping on them a little bit, and yeah, that was where Oni's tournament fell apart. But still, big shout out to those guys. They made it to the second round of the playoffs. That's the furthest that line has ever made it in D4. So that's always a huge step forward when you're, putting yourself higher up into the weekend, playing more paintball. Try to think. Oh yeah, the other thing that sucked was Sunday. We had a little Texas thunderstorm come through for about an hour, and it went from being a completely blue sky, clear, hot and kind of humid day to the whole entire area was getting flooded in like 30 minutes of time. We were lucky we had a canopy to be underneath, but it was coming the fuck down. And they did delay games and everything like that. So it kind of killed the energy on Sunday. Everyone in general was just like, God, now I gotta be out here. Well, it's miserable and everything's wet and there's mud and fun. Yeah, no, that definitely didn't make it great.
It's the middle of July. Why the fuck's it raining?
Hatch, it has been Brando. It is usually Hatch does stupid things like that. Sorry, buddy. Brando, it has been raining constantly for like the last month, my man.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying. I'm just shining light at how much better our weather is here. That's it. That's all I want to say.
Well, I mean, yes and no, because it was a little cooler. Saturday was like a little cooler in general. It was 88% humidity, and that was before the rainstorm hit. So it was just a muggy ass, hot ass day. And it only got worse because obviously it rains and then the sun comes back out and heats all that rain up, and now it's just even more humid and sticky. So yeah, you take a little bit, you give a little bit, pros and cons to everything. But yeah, it was a good little event. It was fun to go out there. It would have been more fun to film those guys winning the event, but yeah, they did the best they did so far. D4 or D5 Oni Gold actually did hire I forget his first name, Sherman from X Factor. Is it Jacob or Jared? It's a J name.
I think it's Jared.
I think it's Jared. Yeah. I think it is
Jared. I feel bad. I only call him Sherman or Sherm if I do talk to him. But yeah, so he was out there coaching the guys, which was cool. They had a pro perspective on some of the stuff. And it was also cool to see him kind of get introduced to, the Oni way of paintball. It's a very, very cool family type of dynamic that goes on with that organization down here. So yeah. That was my time at USXBL. Went good, and we made it back safely.
Nice, dude. We just got done reffing the Seppel. VG, do you miss being out at the Seppels?
Of course, dude. I always watch. Well, there's one of the Street Fighter guys. He does like a side webcast, And then
Yep.
I keep
Dude,
watching.
deadass. I think there was a side webcast
Right behind
like
you.
this
Yeah.
little canopy.
Yeah,
And I also watched the APPA results, of course. Like, I mean, this team war. I have some friends there. Well, they're called for some stupid reason Cali Cartel now, but like, I mean, yeah, I have a bunch of friends there. They had like the Jerry number on their jerseys, which was cool. You know, City of Trees, lot of love for all those guys. Their coaches used to play with me. And then, dude, something I realized I didn't know was this kid, Joseph Porter. I brought that kid from the rec fields.
Joey, little
Oh,
Joey.
let's go.
Damn.
Dude, he's now playing tournament, dude, which is crazy. I actually saw him with his dad at World Cup a year ago or two, and he was yeah, he stuck with it, and I was like, dude, I told you, he was good. Like, first time I saw him, he was playing at the rec fields. I let him use my gun, and he was shooting at like pipe plates and stuff, and he was shooting them all, and I was like this kid has talent, and he loves it. He was probably, I don't know, 13. He's probably 16 now, and I talked
Becoming
to
a
Dylan
man
Boyd.
before your eyes, VG.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah.
He was like next to Dylan Boyd in a picture, and I was like, "Is that Joseph?" And he was like, "Dude, yeah." Like I told him, like, I brought him from the rec fields, and he told me like, "Yeah, he's a dog now." And I was like, "Dude, he was like probably Dylan's height." Which is crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
Saul's not
obviously.
the tallest man, so you know. I had
He's
to get a
kinda
shout in
tall.
there.
I mean,
Shout out, boy.
you're discriminating people, dude. Come on.
Yeah, everyone's short to me. All
You're
right,
the
it just
group.
is what it is.
Yeah,
I did
dude, come on.
over the weekend. I did have to explain to members of Austinoni how short Brandon actually is. They legit thought it was kind of a meme that we were joking on him. No, Brandon is shorter than Hatch, and they've met Hatch, so they were like, "Oh my God, okay, he is actually short." The only other person there who had met you was Anthony at World Cup, and he was like, "Yeah, no, Brandon's not tall."
I mean, I'm like, it's like an inch. The difference between Hatch and I is like maybe an inch.
Hey man,
Yeah.
an inch depending on where it's
An inch
located
is a
depends
lot.
a lot.
I don't know what you're talking about there, Brando. That's a big size.
Hey, you give me an inch, I'm gonna take a mile, buddy.
That's what you do every time.
Look, I'm the shortest on the team. Hey, Hatch is the second shortest. All right, guys. Just
Oh
know
yeah,
that.
baby.
And I
That's
would
okay.
be up there with Paul as the tallest. I love that.
Just have a tall team.
Speaking of short people, I did see our boy Benny Challenger. He was out reffing the USXBLs. He was on a couple of the fields I was filming, so we were hanging out a little bit on the sidelines. There was one hilarious moment where, like, Ben said something, and like I just said back to him, I'm like, "Calm down, Ben. You're still short." And he comes right up to me, looks up at me as he's standing in front of me, and is like, "You big And I was like,
Straight
"Oh
up, brother."
goddamn!" If you guys don't know, that's a reference to an old sketch back in the day where a little person is, claiming that all big people are big-ers and that they're bad people and all this stuff. But yeah, so that was a funny interaction because it literally was like me looking down on like my girlfriend. Like I was like full on looking straight down as he was looking straight up at me, and I was like, "Damn, buddy, you are short." But no, I love seeing Ben whenever we get to run across paths. It's always a great time. So yeah, shout out to Challenger.
Love that guy. He was the guy that was in the DMG program that taught me a lot myself, right? He taught me a lot. He's a very friendly guy. And he taught me a lot about like staying like level-headed.
He's Canadian,
Right.
so
Absolutely, right? That definitely
comes with
adds
the territory.
like top 5 niceness, right? Or plus 5 niceness.
Dude,
And,
Niceness.
I just want to.
And-
Sorry, I just like you just saying Canadian. He was Canadian. Dude, there's been so many people in the camp for DMG's been so diverse, right? We've had Canadians, we've had people across the country, we've had VGs.
We've had New Yorkers, we've had Columbians, we've
Dude,
had.
there's been so many people coming through that camp. It is crazy when sitting down to talk to people and hearing like, oh,
It's a diverse team, Brandon.
Yeah.
Very diverse.
Which, yeah, that's Depending on where you are in the country, that may not happen as much. So yeah, that is kind of a California thing for sure. But no, it is true. That's what I've always said. That's the beauty of paintball. Is like there is no reason that I should know someone who lives in Colombia. Yet I'm on a video call with someone who lives in Colombia right now, and I consider him one of my friends. And that's the beautiful thing of this game. So if I ever find myself in his neck of the woods, I've got a number to call.
Absolutely, right? And are those times where VJ's like, oh, dude, Hatch, like, you should come down to Colombia and play. And I'm like, oh, God, I'm kind of a pussy, kind of scared. But he knows the way.
Don't be scared. I mean, it's safe, dude. Like, it's just, you don't want to go and look for El Dorado, but...
That's the problem! That's the fucking problem.
That is the problem. Hatch is the dude
I love
who
to adventure, bro.
sold his
I love
soul to
ask
the night
people.
marchers in Hawaii. So, like, I don't want to know what he's going to try to do in Colombia.
You'll find a Colombian.
It's enough adventure just showing up. So you don't need to go and look for El Dorado. I mean, we can have you to safer places, but I mean, time changes, But we've had Oliver, Marcelo, all those guys, dude. Nikki, they've come. Rich Shelford, they've come numerous times, dude. Well, Team Montrezl, rest in peace, dude. Or at least Fedorov. Like, all of them have come down here and just played and have fun. We always bring them to, like, the safer places. But, like, I always tell people, like, dude, like, there is a war zone 15 minutes from here. So, like, it looks cool. Women are hot. Just be careful. You know what I mean? Just stay with us. Like, we'll take care of you. Like, we've never had an issue, thank God, but...
Yeah, no side questing.
It's not as they show it in the movies or like the news. It's cool. The paintball scene, it's growing. It's getting better. Jesse Stevens was here for the last event. I got injured, so I couldn't play with them. I was actually coaching, helping them coach with the Wild Dogs team. And then Jesse told me like it was fun. Like he had a good time, and that's what it's all about. Like as you guys are saying, like you guys are talking in a video call to a Colombian, but I also have friends in Sacramento. Now one of them it's in Texas. It's all over the place, dude. Like actually, I was gonna go to the England event, but guess what? I need a visa for that now. I didn't know. Jesus Christ, dude.
Goddamn countries not working well with each other.
You should call me Visa instead of BG.
We gotta get him one. We gotta get our boy an 01. Come on, we let him come into the country. No, but one of the things you said there is it's not how it looks in media, and that is so important because so many people just watch news and think that is like the word of God and how everything is. No, actually it's not. They're usually lying to you or exacerbating what the issue is because that sells clicks and that makes people care about what they're saying. I guarantee you could take a trip to Colombia, go play an event, and if you're not being a dick and not fucking around, you're gonna come right back home. You're gonna be fine. It's there's people who live in these places and have whole lives. It's there's definitely times that are more scary. I was listening to another pod this past week, and he was living in Colombia as a child, like 20-30 years ago, when a lot more of the cartel stuff was going on, and his family did end up leaving and seeking asylum, but his father was also like an accountant and kind of involved in some of that stuff, and so it put a target on their family's back, so it's the type of thing that everyone's gonna have stories and anecdotes, but a majority of the world is okay if you're not fucking around and not putting your shit, not going to places you shouldn't be.
Yep,
that's why true.
We gotta have guide VG. If we have VG as a guide, we'll be fine.
Having a local on the ground does help.
I'll take care of you guys.
Our Colombian correspondent, boots on the ground, VG.
Our Colombian boots on the ground course. That means something different in that country. Let's just put that out there.
He's making sure it's safe for us to come. With this software.
You guys will be safe. If you ever want to come down, just let me know. We'll figure it out. I have my friend Kevin. He used to play with a team called, I think it was Cap Locals, where Evan Middleton came from. And then, we also met at this BKI summer camp and all that stuff. Like, he was great to me, and he's also been trying to just figure out school and everything to come down. And I always tell, we had a couple weeks prior this conversation that was pretty bad. we got a presidential candidate got shot. But
I did hear about
it
that,
happens in
actually.
America
Chaos.
too, right? It
I saw-
happens in America, right?
Yeah, I think I saw the video of it.
You're not wrong. It's attempted here for sure.
That's fucking insane, VG. Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Goddamn.
You
I
can
think I
get
saw that
used to
video
it.
though.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
I think so. Is it the one where the guy got like capped in the back from the crowd?
Yep. Yep.
I did see that one. That one was fucking insane. Like, just the fact that's like a presidential candidate.
Yeah, he was a
Guys, we're getting
presidential
a little too
candidate.
political
and he
now.
was
Sorry.
tweeting
This is
people.
insane to think about.
No, I mean you're not wrong, but it also, I mean, it happens other places too, like Japan. Their, prime minister was had an attempted assassination, and like, yeah, I mean it happens all around the world. People, that's people, people do fucked up things. Humans are inherently flawed animals. There's something I was thinking, because I'm doing the dog volunteering, and like a lot of the things we're learning there, working with the dogs is like, these are animals that are in a stressed ass position in their life. They're reverting back to surviving. Like it's not logical thoughts anymore. It's, I'm in a cage with all these strange people. Fuck you, I'm an animal. I
live?
Yeah, like I will survive.
Where am I at on the food chain?
And it's funny because thinking about that, humans do that shit too.
For sure.
If you've ever seen a desperate person put into a desperate situation, they will do things you do not expect them to do. And that's the animal in us that still is very much there. We have this big smart brain that helps us a lot of the times, but deep down we're still monkeys that are scared and don't want to die. And
Absolutely.
when you put
I
a
mean,
person in that situation, they'll react.
Look at like the ones where it's like the mom where like the flipped over car, right? She fucking lifts that shit.
Well, that's
like-
adrenaline. That's just the
but
straight up
but you know
miracle
what I'm
drug
saying?
we have.
Right, but you know what I'm saying, right? It's like when you put in certain situations, it's like you just handle it, right? And survival instincts kick in, right?
Yeah.
So
and some
that's what
people don't
definitely the
have
thing is
them.
with dogs.
But yeah, no, it's the biggest thing is we are animals. You can think higher of yourself, but at the end of the day, we're a string of genetic code that tells us to live a certain way. And we're smart enough to get around it sometimes, but when you are put into a stressful position, it's going to revert right back to that.
Yeah,
Damn, dude.
Which is why you got to build your muscle memory and build your snap shooting, ladies and gentlemen, so that way you don't get confused when you're on the field next time and you're
You don't need
adrenaline's
paint.
dumping.
You're learning it here first from VG. You do not need paint. Snapshot, dry fire, you're fine.
I mean, it's
Hone your
dumb, but
skills.
one of the things I did as a kid, I grabbed my marker
Snapshot in
set
the
up
mirror.
and I snapshot in the mirror. Yep, 100%.
I tell that to
Dog.
tons of kids.
yeah, dude, that's dude. Rusty Glaze used to tell me to do that. It's not dumb.
Definitely not dumb.
You feel dumb doing
It
it,
helps.
but no, it is a legit thing because you're actually seeing
Yeah,
like,
it is.
oh, my arm is actually stuck out. Let me get
Chicken
that in,
wing.
or I'm bleeding with my marker, so I don't even know what I'm shooting at. And
I used to load up my pack with like 12, 13 pods, like full pods, empty pods, of course. And yeah, just stand there at the edge of a wall, the corner, acting like I'm shooting and just pretending like I'm loading, right? Just boom, like just
I
get that
still do
muscle
it.
memory. Yeah.
Muscle
I
memory.
do it
there's
now
more
just without
kids
the
who need to
pods.
do that.
Yeah.
The amount of I was watching D4 and D5 paintball all weekend. The amount of people who lowered their guns to load a pod. Come on, guys. Come on. It's not that hard.
Dude,
you
you
may
gotta-
spill a couple. It's fine. That's why we buy a lot of paint for tournaments.
Absolutely. Like, dude, working on your snapshot, it's not everything, but it is a lot. Like, I mean, we just watched D4 and D5 paintball while we were reffing. Dude, the amount of times I see people think that, like, oh, let me just peek this as slow as possible. Bro, they're blowing you away.
Yeah, paintball's
It's
moving
like-
at 300 feet a second.
Right? And, I mean, dude, I will say there are teams that are coming out of Northern California that are getting super, super good. Right? Like, City of
Yeah.
Trees, they're becoming that team. Right? Like, San Jose Fatal, like, they're becoming that team. War, they're becoming that team that's getting really, really good. And
War
I think-
won, by the way, right? I saw them posting with the
Yeah.
trophy.
They did, yeah.
Yeah, they
I love
won.
that. That's good.
But I'm pretty sure they went under a different name, though. I'm pretty sure they went under Counter
Yeah,
Cartel.
they're under the name Cali Cartel for some reason.
But it was War.
I
know.
wonder if
Yeah,
that's
it-
somehow a reference to Jerry. I wonder if that was the team he used to play for.
It was some of the players were playing under that team name earlier in the season, and then
Yeah.
they just
Oh,
worked
Oh, they
for
like
points.
merged in. Okay,
Probably for
because like
points.
I saw.
It has a bad
um,
meaning down here.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that's actually very true. The Medellin and the Cali Cartel, both not great things down in Colombia. But no, I was gonna say, God, I can't think of his name right now. War owner, the World of Warpaint owner.
Luna.
David
Luna.
Luna. Yeah. Was he still? He was still
Luna.
wearing like the war jersey, right?
Yeah,
They were all wearing the war jersey. They were all wearing the war
okay.
jersey.
They just like registered under that name because it was.
I was
like
like, who the fuck are these
points.
guys? And I'm like, look, because the name on the scoreboard said different than what their name on their jerseys, and I'm like, war. Oh, then I'm looking it up, and the scores are wrong, and I'm like, well, whatever.
They
I'm just a ref.
dominated.
Did they?
I mean, yeah, they won everything.
You know, okay,
They did it
I
for
do
their coach.
remember they did some bumfoolery, dude. I don't know if you guys saw the clip where they did not check off the snake
Oh, this
at
was.
all.
Oh, I
bro.
saw that one.
Dude, they did not check off the snake at all. The guy in the snake even shoots his bunker, and they're like, huh?
I saw
Dude,
that one, dude.
they-
It's just, it happens
You
with that
literally-
layout, though.
They like three. No joke. He either got a 3 or a 4-pack of him. He's laying down in the snake, not doing anything. He shot his gun once on accident. He shot the bunker right in front of him. And how the fuck did nobody hear it? The guy must have popped dead silence, right? And
Pop
like,
Daddy.
dude, right? And they're all. A guy goes to the buzzer. Basically, could have pushed it. Walks all the way back to the middle of the field to talk with the homies. Goes back, and the guy like looks up in the snake. Is like, what the hell? Boom, bam, 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 bam. The guy's like taking it like the beginning of Tropic Thunder at the box, and it was just like, bro, what the fuck is going on? I've never seen that, and I'm like, bro, that is insane. I would
Yeah,
cry.
that was wild watching that
Like
live.
the beginning of Tropic Thunder.
Dude, you know what
That's
I'm
a great
saying?
reference. Yeah, I got you.
Or-
He's like,
Kind of last thing real quick, because I also saw another very similar video over the weekend. Blast Camp held some type of like for fun event. Well, they held it with penalty boxes.
oh, I saw that.
So
I saw Ronnie
sick.
coming
yeah,
out.
it's a
Yes.
clip of Ronnie obviously playing against a team who has never played with penalty boxes in their life because they thought they
played PSP.
killed 5. All right, let's go slowly walk up to the buzzer, check each other out, and make sure we can hang it. Well, Ronnie's penalty box time happened to come up right as they were about to hit the buzzer. Ronnie, being a smart player, comes on out, shoots both of them quick as fuck, and reverses the point for his team. I know a lot of you kids have never seen a penalty box in paintball, but go back and figure out what the fuck it is, because that was a great move by Ronnie. Some veteran awareness and heads up play.
Dude, I would love to see the penalty box make a return.
But the problem with the penalty box is a majority of the time, it's just a dude getting 17 balls as he steps out from the net. Because it happens during the middle of a point. I mean, not wrong, but it usually would happen in like the middle of a point, and the other team could see on the scoreboard as the time's going down. So it'd be like, oh, 5 seconds, and everyone would just switch their guns, light them the fuck up, and then go back to their job.
Imagine verbal slow-mo editing style, where it's just you're just seeing this guy get fucking destroyed. Bro, I would love to see
Monday
that.
posts.
I would love to see that.
A lot of Mondays. Nah, for
Well,
sure.
You're so right. So many Mondays.
But all
man,
right, let's go ahead and wrap this up. We've already gone for a couple hours tonight, and I still got fucking work to do, so that's fun. But boys, it was VG. It was a great time, man. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you, bro,
coming
for
back
coming
on.
on.
We will, we'll wrap this up here. We got our things that we got to do at the end of every show. Let's start with the cool guy of the week, Brando.
Cool guy of the week. Just sent it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Dude,
Love when you send TikToks.
I gave a grudge. I was like, good for you, dude. Fuck yeah. This guy, Derek Dyer, just dealing with shoplifters, just a good Samaritan. Like, in the middle of
Samaritan or employee?
Samaritan,
Dude,
not
I
an
have to
employee.
log into my account to watch this
Really?
video.
No, he is a guy that is exercising his First Amendment right of not giving a fuck.
Yeah, he's
I can't watch it because it literally will make me like
what? That's
do the thing, but
I got you.
But I'm not signing into
No,
TikTok on
I'll
my
give you.
desktop.
I'll give you a play-by-play. So basically, this guy's walking out at Walmart, and there's some civilians kind of like freaking out around, and he's like, "Yo, that guy shoplifting? That guy right there, he's shoplifting?" And he like runs over,
Shoplifting?
slams his cart into the other guy's cart, where everything in the other guy's cart spills away, and he's just just following this guy to his car, giving him a hard ass time, like,
yelling at
you're
him.
you're a little bitch, pick it up, you're a little bitch.
Yeah, you
Like,
can pay
for
for that
shoplifting.
shit. If you want that, pick that shit up, right? Yeah, he's
Dude, this
laying
is
into
what
him.
this is the type of cart narcs that I like to see.
Cart narcs, yeah.
That is what I ship diddly whoop, boom. That shit is sick.
That's another great one. Well, yeah. What was his name again? Who's the cool guy of the week,
Derek
Brando?
Dyer, cool guy of the week. Let's go.
Thank you, Derek.
Thank you for your service.
Very lazy one, but
Thank you, Derek.
there we go.
Yeah, fucking shoplifters.
It works anyways. All right, code word of the week, Hatch. What do we got for this
All
week?
right, this is one of those. If you know, you know. VG, we got the machine gun. We got the machine gun. If you know, you know. If you know, you know.
It became very popular.
It did become very popular. Like, dude, without a doubt, internet trend. Shit went viral.
Jesus.
But, you know, the machine gun, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
VG, thank you so much for coming on, dude. Like, this is one of those things where I asked you this morning, like, yo, what are you doing tonight? You wanna come on the pod? And he's like, oh, dude, sure, let's run it. And
well, I didn't know. I told you, what do you need? I thought you needed something different, but I was like, of course, dude. Always down.
yeah, I was
VG, by tonight, I need a pound of Pablo's Bam Bam. How can we get that done?
I
Is
cannot
that
help with
possible? God damn it. All right, well, we can't do that, guys. Just letting you know. But yeah, no, VG, that was a great show. Thank you so much for joining us again, man. It's always great to catch up with you. And, you know, I think for our audience, this is a great show to check some of your perspective on life, because if this man can do it, you fucking can too. You know, your excuses, yeah, they may exist to you, but there's people going through crazier shit in the planet.
Like, your lack of commitment is disappointing to everybody else, especially when they're in a different situation, right? If you have the means to do it and you're not doing it, it just looks so much more disrespectful to people that are truly trying to pursue around you. Mm-hmm. Right? So that's one thing that I learned at VG, where, you know, when he instilled into me, it's like, dude, like, take what you have, right? Like, dude, no joke, when he told me, he's like, dude, I was like, I want to be pro, but I was born in the wrong country, dude.
But I still did it.
No, absolutely. And dude, I took it so much to heart, no joke. And I was like, I evaluated everything that I've ever done in paintball, where I'm like, dude, this 3-hour drive is not shit. You know,
could have an 18-hour drive, plane, and train ride. You could do that.
Exactly, right. And I'm just blessed in the position that I have,
$100.
Right?
Jesus, yeah.
Jesus Christ. And, you know, VG, you're one person I've definitely looked up to for a very, very long time.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you seriously for being on.
I love you. And yeah, for sure, anytime you need help or just want to hang out, just let me know. We'll figure it out.
Absolutely, brother.
For sure, man. I'm excited to see you in Texas, brother.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Love you guys.
Sounds good.
Hell yeah.
All right. See you later, VG. We'll let him jump on off. I got a couple of other things that I got to say real quick. So make sure, if you are listening to the show, that you go ahead and drop a rating on whatever podcast platform you're listening, Spotify, Apple Podcast, all those good ones. You can subscribe as well. It does help us out. You know, takes 10 seconds of your time. It's free to do. So, hey, think about doing it. If you enjoyed our conversation with VG tonight, you know, let us know. Give us a comment. You know, drop something. We also got the Patreon. You can go head over there, sign up for that. You get access to the giveaways. You get the post show. You get ad-free versions of the show, and you get the show early. If that is not enough to convince you to pay $6 a month, I don't know what more we can do. But seriously, go over there, subscribe. That helps pay for all the software and the services that we use. It also helps us buy subs. So, you know, that's how we grow the show. And it's really great that our Patreon members are allowing us to do that. So yeah, patreon.com/Mafia_Productions. And then we also got our sponsors who help put us on the air one last time. NECTR.energy, NECTR.energy. That's their website. Head over there, get some more information about their product. Use promo code MafiaProductions at checkout for a buy two, get one free. WeltsClothing.com. Head over there. Make sure you're scoping it out for the next Welts Wednesday drop. Brando's got a pretty cool strap there from the last one.
Beautiful.
Hell yeah, Dream Chasers, we love that. But yeah, Welts Wednesday, code FTS over there. Save yourself some money at checkout. And then last but not least, Hormesis Paintball. We don't have a promo code. Go support Hormesis. They do great shit in paintball. And yeah, you shouldn't need a promo code to go support those guys. But, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that's it's been episode 155. So without further ado, for Brandon Brando, Baird, for Stephen Hatch, for our special guest, Louis VG Vitola, something like that.
He told us and I already forgot.
Yeah, I did too. My
Sorry,
bad.
bro.
But for our special guest, this has been episode 155 of From the Sidelines. Thank you so much to everyone who tuned in. And as always, we'll see you guys later. Hatch, do that thing you do.
Bye.
See you guys on the next one.